Okay, it says I'm live. Okay, I see my little bubble going round and round. It says I'm alive. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Okay, okay. Um, not the particular icon I wanted to use, but hey, I do make a really bitchin' David Bowie Ziggy Stardust. Just saying. So, wow, I don't even know. I don't even know, but thank you for joining me because, um, 40 years ago, sometime this week, June of 8081,
Hmm.
I killed my baby. So that
Oh,
was my
oh.
first death. It just hit me that I've never mourned over that child. I never got to bury the body. There's no body to bury. It got thrown in a fucking dumpster like a piece of
Wh-
fucking nothing, a piece of meat, because I wasn't worthy to carry this man's baby. And I had an abortion. Okay. And for all
hmm
these years, I've been really, and now everybody know the abortion part. Um, a lot of people know about. I'm not like, hiding in the closet. Ooh, no. But for 40 years until this evening, I didn't realize I never mourned
Hmm.
over that child.
Huh.
I
Mm.
never got a funeral. I never got. So somebody said something today about a birthday, and it's also one of my bestest friends who got killed um, in August. But her birthday, we hung out together. Anyway, she was dating the one brother, I was dating the other brother, and I got pregnant, and I wasn't good enough because I wasn't Jewish. That's exactly what he told me. That I would not be accepted, and that baby would not be accepted, and that it was really traumatic. I can tell you the time, the day, okay, what I was wearing, okay. That was my first death, really, because that was part of me, right? Right. But back
Hmm.
then, now I'm not justifying it whatsoever, okay, because I'm trying to make sense of it because it's like birthday, birthday, birthday. But to me, it's like, fuck, death, death, death. But a wise woman told me sometimes you got to let people go, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know, it just dawned on me there's no body, there's no death. Ha! There's no baby uh, uh, Jane Doe toe tagged in some morgue somewhere. It was just, that's how it was just, that was it. Suck it out, throw it in with the rest of the pile of the garbage in the corner. Okay. With the rest of the meat. There was no death certificate, nothing. So guess what? All those
What?
songs that have been coming, um, all this 80s stuff, well, you can go back and I'm like, fuck's sake, man. Yeah, the music was great and everything, but then it's just like, and I've just suppressed this because I just didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know how to deal with the death that I don't. But guess what? I have a choice right now to make. I could either go celebrate my baby girl's 40th fucking birthday, ha
Hmm.
ha, or mourn and be in a pity pot about how I didn't and what a blah 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 and what a horrible mom and how selfish I fucking was and why did I fucking and dig deeper into that fucking pit of never being able, an otherwise woman saying never being able to get over the grief of losing somebody that you love so much but never met. Thank you.
Huh.
So am I. So I'm teeter tottering. Do I say anything about this? What do I do? And I'm like, should I have a like what do I do? And so then I'm thinking, well, I can just Um, go the grave site would be anywhere that I go, but why does it have to be a grave site? Why do I have to because again, now we have an argument on which band sang the song better, Talk Talk or No Doubt, and No Doubt sang it better, okay? Is It's My Life. Don't you forget. It's my life. It never ends.
That's very strange.
Isn't it?
Because I just got I got a message about what was it? It was don't cry and regret. So I was like, well, that's so I don't know what the hell that means. I'm wondering maybe if that meant you now.
Yes, because I was bawling my
Because
eyes off holding a teddy bear going, oh my God, for all these years. Remember, I said there's something missing. There's something still that I'm not remembering, that I'm suppressing, that I just don't know what it is.
uh,
Fucking die. And when I keep saying I miss my kids, like deep down inside, I'm not just talking about my son, I'm talking about the baby, okay?
okay, okay, all right.
My first child. But anyway, so that's like, I don't know if, like, I almost feel guilty for feeling
I
like,
I
whoa, there's no way in hell I saw that coming. But
I have a
go ahead.
well, I just wanted to say I have a completely different experience. I had to I had to let go of my first one too, and so I had to get an abort. Well,
The
if I hadn't have got
DNCs,
if I
sometimes they call them. Yeah.
do what?
Oh, then they started calling them instead of abortion DNCs, and like, I'm sorry, I was just like, I have a really big issue with the whole thing too, because when I was laying there, okay, like my Mexico story is really a fucked up story. The reason why I hide behind humor, sarcasm, and just putting my head
Giggling.
in the clouds, okay? My Mexico thing, okay, about getting kicked out of Mexico, okay, when we were down there, everybody contracted crabs, okay? And not the kind that you fucking fry and eat. Okay,
No,
which is, it
it's
had
just crabs.
cubic
It's
lice,
not a
right?
big
Whatever.
deal.
But I was pregnant and I was scheduled to have the abortion, and I went and I didn't know. I had no idea. And I was, I mean, I didn't know. And the doctor said, I cannot perform this because you have, blah, blah, blah. I said, are you fucking kidding me? And I was like, at this point, no, you'll have to come back in 2 weeks, blah, 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 blah. Well, it was past the legal, may I add again, for me to have the said abortion. I'm laying there on the table, and this is what was said because verbatim, I will never, ever forget these words. She's too far along. Like I'm not there, right? I'm not
Uh-huh,
under or anything. They like maybe I don't even remember if I took a Valium or anything. I'm laying there, okay? He's talking to
uh-huh.
the nurse like I don't exist. Well, she's too far along. Oh, what the fuck? Probably not what the fuck. Oh, what the hell? Well, we're halfway there now. Just do it. I'm like, whoa, 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 wait.
Well,
Well, no,
yeah,
you
no.
can't back up. And
Once you
yeah,
start, you can't stop.
but why? So
I don't.
then that's murder now. But it wouldn't have
No,
mattered.
it's
It
no, it's
wouldn't have
not.
mattered. But back then, a fetus at a certain thing was not considered, blah, 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 anything. It was just a blob of nothingness. They didn't know that it had a soul and a heart and all the stuff that we know now. So, but holding that in for like 40 years and then just why the fuck did I go down to goddamn Mexico with those motherfuckers? I didn't want to go in the first place. Then I get shit faced on tequila. I'm fucking dancing on the table. I'm kicking my boyfriend's fucking stick shift of his car out. Seriously, the federales. I mean, it was just like a
But this is all
horrible.
while you're pregnant, and you know you're pregnant.
Right. So I have aggression. Yeah.
Okay,
Anyways,
I'm
yeah,
still not understanding you, V, because I'm coming at it from a completely different place.
right.
Okay, number
To
one,
me,
you're getting drunk, you're getting stoned, you know you're pregnant, you're destroying that child before it even has a chance.
I already had no. When we went down to Mexico, I already had I was already going to abort the child. Okay, I was with my boyfriend, not the guy who got me pregnant. I was already going
This
to
sounds like
abort.
this was a good idea. Regardless of the circumstances, this sounds like a
No,
good
it was
idea.
not
You
a
were
good.
not ready.
None of those choices were a good idea. Okay, it
No,
didn't matter.
I mean losing the child was a good idea. This was a hot dumpster fire is what you're telling me.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
being
Yeah,
I
it
hope you're
was
not
fucked up.
regretting. I hope you're not regretting letting that
What
child go.
I'm no, but what I am is I it just like I know that the baby went and my son's coming back and saying that weird shit. You tried to get rid of me once. I mean, seriously, he did say that to me and stuff. It just made me think more and more. But what I'm doing is I never friggin' like forgave. I guess I've just never dealt with it seriously on like a
There's nothing to
mature.
deal with. V, there's nothing to deal with. The child was born as it was supposed to be born, regardless of what you did the first time you had the pregnancy. You still had your son. Your first child was not a girl, it was a boy. And then
Okay,
your
well,
son came along
whatever.
again. I
Okay,
don't
whatever.
understand
Baby
why
girl,
you're
baby boy.
feeling,
Because
but it
that's
doesn't.
what was coming to me. This is the emotions that were coming to me. I'm like, I never had closure in my world, okay, in me, in Nancy. I suppressed it so much that I always wonder, like, what the fuck is wrong with me in June? And then like it's just like it's just like but when they start to put two and two together, that's just another PTSD very traumatic experience that I went through. Okay, me and not having anyone to talk about it, and then laying on the couch, and my Taurus father, you fucking slut, had an abortion, and I already feel like a piece of shit as it is. Okay. Anyways, it was very traumatic for me, and I suppressed that until I just dawned on me, okay, that
Okay, now
this
I
is
think I see where
do
you're
you see what
coming from.
I've
No,
never
now I think I
mourned?
see you.
I
What you're doing is you're not mourning, you're acknowledging.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, I can either acknowledge the death or the rebirth because it's just passing through. But you know what? I never cried like I did all by myself, all alone, not like picking up the phone and calling a girlfriend. Oh my God, I'm feeling poor me, pity, pity, pity. Like I dealt with it. Like I don't know how to process this. I'm thinking to myself, I don't know how to process this. I really don't know how to process this because this is like I never realized I never friggin' dealt with it. I just continued to get fucked up. That's how I dealt with it. I got fucked. I out of sight, out of mind. I just, got drunk for, and just suppressed it, suppressed it, suppressed it. Then some other bad shit happened. And so that trumped that bad shit. And it was just like, shit, 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 shit. Like I was saying, but now I don't live in that victim mentality, right? So it's like, wow. Now, should I feel
Okay.
guilty because wow, maybe I got some
No,
closure
no.
on that.
Okay. You've acknowledged that a traumatic thing has happened to you. And you acknowledge that there's emotions that you are going to have regardless of whether they are logical or not.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Right, that makes
Then
sense.
don't overanalyze it because that's what
Mhm.
you're doing right now. You're overanalyzing it.
Mhm.
Allow the emotions to bubble up and allow them to be expressed, but then let that go because in reality, there's nothing there to mourn
Right.
because the child came anyway
Okay, I
with
never
better
looked at it that
timing
way.
later. Okay.
Okay.
See, this is why I don't believe in this pro-life crap. If the divine source wants you to have a specific baby,
Uh-huh.
you will have that baby. He'll have
Okay,
it.
like I'm understanding that now, but all I'm saying is I do overanalyze. I overanalyze everything. That's my next friggin' super huge pyramid
This
that
is
I've
your
got to
ego.
friggin' conquer.
Yeah, this is your
Soon.
ego, and this is your shadow telling you what's going on because your shadow is angry about what happened before. Your shadow isn't actually angry or sad about the child. Your
Okay.
shadow is angry that this man forced you into a situation where you had to take matters into your own hands.
Excuse me. I take my part in that because he didn't force me. He didn't hold a gun to my head. He just,
He
that's what he
walked
said.
away,
Okay. It doesn't matter. Look, I take my part in it. Um,
but
I'm,
you are not assigning him his part either.
oh, I'm assigning his part. He's been assigned his part for fucking 40 years, motherfucker.
He being Jewish knowingly was with you. He knowingly slept with you. He knowingly spermed directly into you, knowing that
Mm-hmm.
there was a chance for you to get pregnant. He got you pregnant, and then he rejected you and the child. He made that choice. You were willing to
Yeah,
look
but I could
beyond
have still
religion.
had the
He
baby.
was
I could have
not.
still had the baby. Uh, a lot of my friends at 16 and 17, I have a couple friends that, had babies at that age and they have fine babies. I, that's that whole ego. You're right. That's that whole ego. That's that self. That's like, oh my God, he doesn't know. What am I going to do? And I'm going to be in so much trouble. And oh my God, blah, 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 blah. Oh, well,
The
here, let
wrong.
me take this advice. Well, just have an abortion. I've had 4 of them.
Oh my God.
This is, yeah. And I'm just like, 4. Oh,
Okay.
well, yeah, it's no big deal because it's not really like, once again, knowing in my heart, wow, this doesn't feel right. I
Well, I
could,
can't believe.
I'm sure that there's some way it could be worked out, blah, 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 blah. But I take that, oh, well, what you say must be true. There's that naive friggin', okay, that sounds good. Yeah, let's do that. You
I
know?
have.
Yeah.
You've completely lost me. I don't know what you're
Anyways,
talking about.
yeah, it's neither here nor there. That whole thing is past. It just dawned on me. Hi, Cleo Kitty. Um, oh, hello, baby. That all this just happened, and it's been happening for 40 years. Every June, I go through this like friggin' like
Okay, let me ask
breakdown,
you.
and I
Let
don't
me
know
ask
why
you a
I'm so
question.
sad and mourning and crying over it. Well, now it makes
Right.
perfect sense.
Let me ask you a question.
Uh
All
huh.
right. Is it that you think you should feel guilty about what happened, and in reality you don't, and
Okay.
that's what's making you angry and sad
I
and
have
regretful and all that?
held this guilt in for 40 years. I've talked about it. People said, blah, blah, blah. You shouldn't feel guilty. No, you don't understand. Yes, I feel guilty because I've felt guilty for 40 years. And all of a sudden, I don't know, maybe I was set free, okay, of the guilt. Like, mom, stop. Why are you beating yourself over something that friggin' never even happened? No body, no murder, no death. And when that registered with me, it's like, yeah, you're right. I didn't kill anybody. Prove it.
No, you didn't.
But for 40 years, I'm looking at myself as a murderer. I took blah, 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 and on to blah, 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 blah,
Oh,
blah, and
how fascinating.
what?
Do you think you might be grieving the loss of that particular identity?
Yes, absolutely.
That's fascinating because that is mind blowing, V. That we all have, regardless of whether our identities are positive or negative,
Uh-huh.
because we've held on to that identity for so long. When that identity dies, we still grieve that bad part of ourselves.
So, like I said, that was my first death. I've been killing myself like over and over. This is like how I kind of like look at it. Like I keep punishing myself. punishing myself for shit that I didn't do and taking on other people's, like, I just can't explain it. All I can say is I got the most beautiful fucking gift for my kid's 40th rebirth. Okay. I got the gift. I didn't bring the present this time. I got all the gifts. And I just think it's just I'm not used to getting gifts, and I'm not used to getting like people like caring about me and taking care of me.
I
Okay. You
now
see what I'm saying?
understand. No, I think I understand why you are excited now.
Mm-hmm.
Is because you are seeing personal growth, you're seeing personal improvement, and you're seeing the gifts of your shadow work
Mm-hmm.
starting to fruit on your tree, as it were. And
Right.
you're looking at them and you're going, wow, that's fucking amazing. Okay, now I'm starting to understand what you're trying to communicate, which is
And
odd
that's like, I don't
because
know how
we're
to
in
process
Mercury
this because
retrograde
I'm
right
scared.
now.
It's like I'm scared to move because I'm like, who do I tell? Do I tell anybody? Like, I'm talking to myself, seriously, literally out loud. Who cares? It's my apartment, right? I'm like, okay, self, seriously. I'm like I'm freaking out here. And I'm like, do I call somebody? Like, I mean, who do I call? Do I call my therapist? Because that's an amazing breakthrough. I can't wait for Thursday, you know? I mean, we've been working together since 2016, and I have made like, oh, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Therapy works, people. Seriously, do the work. It works. People, you can overcome some shit. That's all I'm going to say. But what's really weird is that I'm just not going to go any farther. The way the gift came was one of my favorite games to ever play in when I was little, back in the day around the 80s, was Clue.
I
My
don't
gift.
think it's that you have been getting clues. I think it's
No, no,
you've
no. I
been
mean, just
getting
saying, like,
clarity.
I'm just saying that was like my favorite game. Like we were talking, like,
Right.
blah
Oh,
blah 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 blah.
I
Just
thought you
referring to
brought
as a
that up
game,
to.
but it was just like I figured, like, wow. Like, I don't know how to explain. Like, I don't even know what this emotion is. Okay.
It's called self-awareness.
Wow. Okay. Oh my God. There's okay. So who are you, kitty cat? This cat. Oh, I wish. Come here. Come here. Here, you want to be on film real fast? This is like the bitchinest cat ever. Oh, don't go away, cat, dog, whatever you are. I've never seen a cat like it. It looks like um, it looks like a koala. You want to call her koala because it's like, or Two Face. She's got this line down her face,
Mm-hmm.
and anyways, and I'm not really a big cat person, and it's a stray, and then she just comes walking in, just checks it out, meows at me, and she's I don't know what kind of cat she would be. She's not a normal cat like a minx or a. She's weird, calico, long hair, big fluffy tail, and her ears twitch back and forth and they look like little cones. So I
Huh.
call her cat dog. I don't know. Anyways, that cat just that's another gift. So apparently now I have a cat, but I don't know what the cat's name is, and the cat's saying I don't have a name. So quit trying to name me. Just call me Cat. Or better yet, just go. Sorry,
Why are you apologizing?
because I'm just thinking about Tabasco and how like Tabasco got his name. So
Oh,
that's like a
Tabasco, yeah.
total like another gift. I just got a different familiar now. It just morphed into something else, and it's just I will get a
Well,
picture
they
of
come
this
when
cat.
they come when they're called, you know. And
Well, I said I was going to get a Rottweiler, not a big fluffy kitty.
you can't handle a Rottweiler. You
I
cannot
know,
handle a
but
dog right now.
okay.
A
So
cat
this cat,
is perfect.
this This cat will better freaking morph into a fucking tiger, uh, no, a lion of Judah at night time, okay? Because I need something more than a kitty cat.
Why?
Never mind. It was like, um, wait till you see the cat, and then you'll understand that the it's not just a cat, you know. Like, was Tabasco just a bunny?
No.
Yeah, okay. It's not just a cat. It's
Well,
like,
that's what I'm saying. If
yeah.
divine source has delivered you a cat, then you need to surrender and accept the cat.
Oh yeah, I already have. It's just
Oh,
like if
okay.
I tell you that, like seriously, um, I could picture it turning into like a big ferocious lion and just like defending its corner, its property. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like Sadie and Mr. Mooch before Sadie, you know? It'd be really bitching if it would turn into a lion dragon. I'd like to see that.
Smokey, we lapsed on Smokey's flea medication, so we
Well,
had to get him
just
some this month. He's feeling
no, that's
better,
another
but
thing. And it's not a catch and release either. So it's a total stray. It's pregnant.
she's
Um,
looking for a
or
safe
so
spot
Anne
to
tells
give
me
birth.
she's pregnant. Yeah. So she's to me, she's so fluffy. I mean, I wouldn't know. Um, but I've had a batch of kittens before, and I've got that. I mean, I can handle it. You know what I'm saying? And but oh my god, the cat lady. I'd be the cat lady. Boom, boom. The witch has a cat now.
Oh my goodness.
Has a line down its face, and I just want to call her Cruella. Watch out, my cat's
Oh wait,
Cruella Deville.
did you say cool Ella? Because that'd be cool.
Cool
That's
Ella.
cool. That
Yeah,
yeah, cool
cool.
Ella.
But if you said
Cool
it really
Ella.
fast, Cruella, right? But no, it's
Yeah.
cool Ella. Yeah, good one. Deville. Cool Ella Deville. Devil. Cool Ella Devil.
Uh
CED. I could go with CED.
well, I suppose you could call her Sid.
Oh, Sid Vicious.
Oh
But
my god.
Sid spelled differently. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Why not? Whatever she decides. So far, it's either call me Cat. I said I feel funny calling you Cat because I just feel funny, and you know the personal reason behind that. Because, yeah, I just feel funny. But if
Right.
that's the case, I can work with that. Or just call me, or just go, and I'll come. So maybe I'll just sit there and not call any names. Maybe it doesn't want to be named. I don't know. I don't
That
own it.
could be it could
Yeah,
be just temporary.
right. Maybe the cat. Maybe it's Prince, and the name is really a symbol. Maybe I'll just put a little star out, like every time I wander, I'll do like I'll send up a smoke signal.
Maybe your name is Tipperary
Oh my
because
god!
it's a long way to Tipperary.
Pardon me. What did you
There's
say?
this I don't know, just suddenly there was this song that came through. It's really really old. It goes um and it's a long way to Tipperary. Okay, it's from the 20s.
I know that
Okay.
song.
Oh, do you?
I know
Uh,
that tune.
And I was like, well, maybe the cat's name is Tipperary and you can call her Tippy.
I like that
Mm.
too. Hmm. We'll just see. We'll see what transpires.
Yeah. Let her
Anyways,
decide.
I mean, I can even just do a catch and release on her, and keep, and she could stay feral. They will just, once
Well,
she
she's
has the
obviously
kittens.
not feral because she's coming into your house.
Well, that's what they call them. Okay. strays, okay? But they get it's doing the catch and release out here. Um, after she has obviously the kittens, they're not going to abort the kittens. But anyways, and she gets spayed or whatever. They like clip a little corner of the ear and they let them back in the wild. So, because they're used to being in the woods and the woods is right behind me. So, like, I mean, like, she doesn't have to, like, be in my house and da 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 da. I mean, I'll go get her flea shots and stuff like that or whatever I need to do. But I mean, she doesn't, I'm not going to try to domesticate or make her my pet, if that makes sense.
Well, no,
Unless
because
she wants to
Smokey
be my
was kind of
pet.
that way. Look, my daughter's cat, Smokey, all right?
Uh huh.
Her boyfriend at the time, Connor, was in Kansas City,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess he was out somewhere, and the cat, he was standing, like he was getting ready to get in his car, okay, and he hears a meow, and he turns around, and there's this alley, okay, and out of the alley comes this comes the cat, and the cat comes up to him and looks at him and goes meow, and Connor's like, well, okay, if you want. So Connor unlocks the car, he opens up the door, the cat jumps in the car.
Uh-uh.
Yes, he did.
Awesome.
So Connor brought home the cat, and the cat's like, yeah, this is my house now. And I was like, you're kidding. She's like, no, that's how I got Smokey. Smokey
Animals are so
chose,
bitchin'. I just
yeah.
love the way that they show up. Like, and it's just, I don't know. As much as I bitch about being here, I really got it made. Seriously. All Anne and I need to do is like drill a little hole in our closets and we can have like a walkthrough. We can have like a
Hmm.
2-bedroom apartment attached to each other and the cats can go back and forth. And we don't have to have the front door open because it's skeeter season is coming.
Hmm.
Okay. And I
Oh
got my
yeah.
yeah, and but I got mint. So I went and I smudged mint like I did it last year around my windows and I did it around the door and stuff with the mint and it did keep the skeeters out for a minute, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like it lessened them, but there's a big ditch that they won't do anything about because they can't drain it or anything, but it fills up with water and that's where it's like a big cesspool of skeeters, which is Frankfurt's state bird is the mosquito.
This
Um,
is what you do. This is to help keep that in check.
uh-huh.
What you do is your cooking oil, your
Mm-hmm.
natural cooking oil, okay?
Wesson?
Canola oil, vegetable oil,
Uh-huh.
Wesson, peanut oil,
Okay.
natural organic oil.
Okay. Oh, it's
Start
got to be
dumping
organic.
that
It can't
in
just
the
be.
ditch.
Oh, well, I'm not going down to that ditch. I mean, like, it's huge. Like, I'm not doing that. That's not my job, man. There's not enough oil in our neighborhood to fill the ditch. That's how big.
No, you're
It's just
not
like a.
filling the ditch. No, 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 no. You're not filling the ditch. What you're
Oh,
doing is you're creating a floating puddle on the top. Okay. Now that floating puddle will move, okay, around the
no.
top, around the surface area. What
Oh,
it'll
so they
do
can't get
is
out?
it'll coat the larva, the eggs that are in that water. And when the mosquitoes come up to the surface to breathe, they
Mm-hmm.
can't and they drown and die. It's a way to help keep the population of mosquitoes down. If you have a ditch, if you have a place where there's no drainage and you're
Mm-hmm.
having problems with mosquitoes, what you
Mm-hmm.
do is you cover the surface of the water with natural oil, like vegetable oil, olive oil,
I
canola
get
oil,
you. Not
not
motor oil.
not motor oil,
Right.
not WD-40, not that kind of oil, but
Okay.
cooking oil, because that's okay. Cooking oil is okay for the environment.
Okay. This oil. I mean, most people would know that.
Most people don't know that. As a matter of
Okay.
fact, so the reason why I know how this works is because that's how you did it back before DEET. This is an old world thing. Also, before chemicals, I'm going to ask you this question. Before chemicals came along, how did you get rid of lice?
Before chemicals, you shaved the person's fur off.
Okay, nope,
No.
no, because I'm talking about head lice.
Right. 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 Okay. I mean,
So
I wouldn't know.
how did
Oh,
they get rid of head lice without shaving their head?
I'm sure some kind of herb or
Nope,
nope. Okay.
nope,
A bug. A lice is a bug. It wants
yep.
to suck your blood, right? It goes down to
Uh,
your hair follicles. Let me think on this
yes,
one. What would seem logical? Hmm.
you won't guess it.
Something that you ingest, maybe that makes your blood taste bad.
Nope.
Okay. All right. I give.
Okay, so the way that lice breathe is through their skin.
Okay.
So if you cover your head in oil and you
Mm-hmm.
let it set for several hours,
Mm-hmm.
you suffocate all the lice and all the nits.
Whoa. Okay. Right on.
So if you
Because there's a
have a
bunch of
child,
gnats. There's like no, I'm like over like whelmed with the little teeny gnat things because of like the fruits and the vegetables that were left in here. You know
mm,
what I mean? Whatever.
hmm
Like they were floating around in my orange juice. I'm like, oh my god, ew. The
that's what they
little
used to use back in the day before chemicals. They had fly traps. You put a little bit of wine or a little bit or a piece of fruit in a special jar. Okay, you
Mhm.
can look it up online. You can make these bottles out of
No,
what
I
is that?
need
Water. You
that
can
because
make these
I got
bottles out of
fly.
water
We got
bottles.
flies. The flies are bad, and that fly strip shit that my neighbor, she's like, "Oh,
Oh,
here,
I
try
hate those
this."
fucking
It's
things.
stuck against my window. I can't get it. That freaking yellow, nasty fly strip shit off my window.
Yeah, those things are nasty. No, what you
So
look for is you look for a fly bottle, and you can make those out of water bottles.
okay,
Okay, but you fill it with like apple cider vinegar, you fill it with
okay,
wine, you fill it with
okay,
fruit, and what it does
okay.
is it attracts all those flies. They get down in there in that bottle, they can't escape, and then they end up drowning, which is the reason why
Oh,
when you've got your
awesome!
tooth out, yeah, that's how they used to do it back in the day.
Oh my god, I could like freaking kiss you right now because I found no, a fly came in. I don't have a screen on my door. I got, and I don't have a screen anymore on my front window. Okay, I'm not going to get a screen. Okay,
Uh-huh,
the screen on my back window has been altered. Okay, I'm not going to get a screen, and I can't go and steal any more screens from the other neighbor's house because we have like all the apartments are full. Okay,
uh-huh.
so and I like my windows open. I like fresh air in the morning. Okay, but I cannot deal with the flies because they lay eggs and then you get the squirmy little maggot things.
Right, I
Yeah,
get it.
no, I can't do flies. I already have a problem right now that with these tsetse flies, okay? The um the other bugs, okay, that decided that they were going to come and infest my house while I was gone, like major big time, okay, have gotten their 48-hour Terminex notice because this apartment is getting sprayed on Thursday from top to bottom, like
Okay,
bad sprayed, because
okay.
I cannot tolerate the thought of
No, I get it. No,
yeah,
I get
I
it.
can't
No doubt about
because
it.
I had when I moved here, I just thought that bed bugs was a cute little good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite
Oh no, bed bugs are awful.
until I moved in a place that was totally infested and it was okay for them not to tell me. Oh yeah, no, 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 no. And ever since that horrifying experience,
Do you know how hard it is to get rid of them fuckers?
I totally researched bed bugs. You don't know me and my kid. Seriously. I mean, I was up, I had the lights on, I was sleeping with like all the lights on and sunglasses, and I'm just not getting rid of them. And then we captured some and they feed off each other. These are just like, they serve no purpose. You know what I mean?
They're
They're just,
nasty.
oh my God. And yeah, I know you can't get rid of them. I had to get rid of when we left the safe house, okay, not the trap house, by the way, people, the safe house, the domestic violence safe house, okay, and we finally got our own place. Okay, this
Hmm.
place was so infested. I had no idea. I didn't even know what they were. Serious. I was like, what the fuck is eating me up? Oh, well, you got, and it was just like a matter of fact. Oh, well, you got bed bugs. What do you mean bed bugs? What do they do? Blah, blah. And I looked them up and I'm like, oh my God, me being the over analyzer. For fuck's sake, man. And they poop out. Yeah, they're just nasty. They're just. And
They're
so,
nasty.
anyways, with that harrowing experience, like I can deal with cockroaches, big ass deal. You know, they
I
usually don't
can't
just
handle. I
crawl
can't.
on
I
you and
can't.
bite the fuck out of
No.
you and just
No.
like give you friggin' those. I don't understand that. This just like bed bugs. Yeah. And then I'm like talking to this Spanish woman. She goes, "Yeah, chingaderas." I said, "That what chingaderas mean?" Yeah, chingaderas, the bed bug. Like, fuck. Anyways, so yeah, so now I have like, and the little gnats, things I can't see, like the mites and the gnats and the teeny little mosquitoes, you know,
Hmm.
um, just the, yeah, I don't care for, you know, I just don't. So it's that time for my house to get sprayed. And now that it's all friggin' almost back to normal, I
You
still have a
need to
lot.
look on Amazon for that magnetic screen, that
I
magnetic
had
door
one.
screen thing.
I had one and it worked okay, but it's I'd rather have a glass in the screen door. I can pick one up probably pretty cheap, and there's enough people around here that would install it. You know what I mean? I should
Yeah.
have gotten Tina's when they left. They had a nice one that I could put up. I'll have to do it myself because I just sometimes I want the screen up, whatever. I just like to have my door open. I like light in my. I don't like to be dingy dark all the time. You know,
Well,
I have my
maybe you were a
moments.
dairy maid in a previous life. That's funny.
What do you mean a dairy maid?
Well, it was really important that a dairy maid had a lot of sunlight. She had to be kept clean all the time, but her equipment had to be kept clean too because she made butter and cheese and all that other shit. And
Right.
if you contaminate your milk, if you contaminate your milk, it's going to spoil. So dairy maids were constantly clean, and part of that cleaning process is being out in the light in the UV rays because that killed bacteria. Even their equipment, they would take their wood, they would clean out their wooden stuff, their butter churns and shit, and then they would put their butter churns outside in direct sunlight.
Hmm.
They didn't know why, they just knew that it worked.
And direct and like heat kills bed bugs.
A high
Extreme
heat
heat.
kills bed bugs. Like the heat of an August sun in Wichita, Kansas would kill
Mhm.
bed bugs.
Right. I'm from like hello, Las Vegas and Southern California. I guess they exist, but very I mean, it's too hot, you
Yeah,
know?
the only way that you could get bed bugs to breed in that environment was if you had your air conditioner turned on all the time.
And do you know that they can live up to research shows this is not rumor. Seriously, I did research. I got to look shit up for myself because I just don't believe some of the shit that I hear, right? They
Yeah.
can just one that's already pregnant, okay? can last without feeding. I think it is up to a year. If I'm not mistaken, it might be longer.
Yeah, because they can hibernate.
Mm-hmm.
And they hibernate in wood.
Yes.
Not just it's not just fabric, but it's wood.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. No, because I had all beautiful country wood furniture and I was devastated. My whole apartment had beautiful wood floors.
Oh.
There is even at the safe house, um
Uh-huh.
it was connected to the women's shelter, right? And
Uh-huh.
one time when I went back and I actually became the I paid back some community service to them and became, anyways, like the house manager, whatever.
Uh-huh.
One time a couch came in and they're like, go get the BBD down at the shelter and check the couch. I said, the BBD, what's that? The bed bug detector, you know, the BBD.
Huh.
I'm like, really? And there was a detector, but it would only detect, it was the neatest thing. But I'm like, frig, I wish I had one of these when I moved into the friggin' Purple Palace. I love that apartment too, man.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Now,
and
during World War One, when they were in the hospitals, when they cleaned, because you had to clean the frames of the bed, okay,
mm-hmm,
to prevent bed bugs, because the guys were coming in from the front and they've been in the trenches. Trench war, now they would bring in lice, they bring in crabs, they're bringing in bed bugs, they're bringing in all kinds of nasty things. Okay, so it was
mm-hmm,
really important to keep things really clean. And so part of the job of the nurses was to scrub the uh, the metal bed frames of the hospital beds.
hmm.
Okay, and I'm fairly certain that there was this solution that they could use. I think it had ammonia in it,
Okay.
and that killed the bugs and the eggs. But you had to do it constantly. You couldn't just do it once and then expect it not to happen again. It had to be like a regular thing for a long time. Okay.
Right. And I heard
And
that like the pure rubbing alcohol, the purple alcohol will get rid of them, but I wow. I don't know, man. That's it.
it's really difficult to have them. You have to have like a cleaning regime that's daily in order to get rid of them. And you have to do that every day for over a year. Okay. And even then
Wow.
you're still taking a chance. You can get rid of them, but it's a long, laborious process. It's just best that you don't get them in the first place.
Right. But when we moved from the one place and then I moved to a new apartment, I
Hmm.
went and paid like $500, right? And
Hmm.
like partial payments on my rent because this is how much they freaked me out. We got rid of everything, but what we did take with us, I wanted that whole, I did not want to carry them over because I know they're little opportunists, you know?
Yeah.
And they did this whole treatment and stuff. And then, you know, we were fine and everything. But I don't know. That was just, I don't know how we got onto from a surprise birthday stream to fucking talking about bed bugs.
Oh
You
well.
just never know, do you?
Well, no. Let's talk about something else then.
I know. Let me see where I'm at. Oh wow. Just, you know, just just random. I have, let's see,
Oh
I
well,
started
it's
with
what we were
what,
talking about.
47% battery? I have 27% battery. My battery's not getting drained. I'm not plugged in.
Hmm.
So again, it's a certain time of day when, and I think I figured it out with the guy that's working on his vehicles and stuff out here. He's got a big power cord and stuff. I guess when there's a lot of people using all the energy in this really weird ass apartment complex I live in.
That's possible.
Because yeah, it's just weird. But anyways, so I am thinking, um, I still have to figure out the tablet thing. I'm just done with like technology for a minute. But
Actually, that's kind of funny because a
oh,
lot of the major planets are in the technology house, astrologically speaking.
goddamn
Although,
Tauruses. No offense. No offense. But
what?
Theron
Wait,
was a Taurus. My
we're
adopted
not in
father was.
Taurus. We're in Gemini. Blame the
I know,
Geminis, not us.
but you're so Taurusy, and I think that's why sometimes when you say Taurus, I just don't want to say motherfucking Tauruses. But I just had a bad experience with one Taurus in my life. That doesn't mean every single Taurus is, just because I got thrown off one bull doesn't mean every bull is going to throw me off.
Well, the thing is my only different sign is my rising sign, and it's Scorpio.
And I'm a Scorpio because I was born in November, right? I don't know all about this stuff.
Scorpios get along with other Scorpios.
And Pisces only, I heard through the grapevine.
I cannot get along with Pisces.
I don't know. I seem to get along with everybody, and I'm November
No, do you
8th.
actually do you know that one sign that really gets along with everybody? It is the most compatible sign.
Hmm. Gemini,
Sagittarius. No.
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. Yes, it's actually Sagittarius, believe it or not.
Hmm.
And I saw the Loki trailer. I swallowed it, and I got confident, and I got brave, and I said, I know this is going to hurt. This is going to resonate. I'm going to
His shit's pretty badass, man, and I like his little. I caught a glimpse of his new title, the rumor something, because I was gonna do like I was throwing out ideas like rumor has it, they told
wait.
two friends, and so on,
What?
and so
No, 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 no. Wait a minute. I think we're talking about two different things here.
Okay, I'm actually talking about seriously morning mischiefs. His
I am
trailers
not.
and stuff like that. No, his intros and outros and stuff. I'm like, they're getting like really. I'm sorry because but I'm subscribed to his channel and I happen to like him. And every once in a while, if I'm up at that time, I'll pop on. Blah 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 blah, and it just he keeps evolving, man. I'm telling you. And anyways, so there's a movie. There's another movie.
It's a show. It's on Disney Plus. It's called
Nuh-uh.
Loki. It's going to start June 9th. Yes. Come
The
on,
movie.
honey. I've been waiting for this show for years.
Really?
Okay, all right. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to be brave,
Okay.
and I'm not going to cry, and I'm going to watch this, and I know I'm going to see something that I'm going to it's going to remind me of my Loki. It's going to remind me of everything we've been through,
Right.
and I'm going to be a big girl, and I'm not going to cry.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
And if you
Okay,
do
wait
cry a
for it
lot,
though, V. God bless America. Stop interrupting
I'm sorry.
everything holy. I want to get this out. Oh my God.
Okay, I'm sorry. Seriously, I'm sorry. Because I wanted to tell you about Rod Zombie's Monsters trumps that in my book. Sorry, I spit it out now. I swear I will be quiet for 10 whole minutes.
I have been waiting for this show, and I've been scared about watching this show again because I know I'm going to get the feels. All right. Because a lot of the things that Loki says in the movie, it's his personality. That's just who he is. Okay. Um, so at the end of, or yeah, at the end of Ragnarok and the beginning of Avengers Infinity War, you don't see Loki. That is the glimpse of my Loki Odin's son. That is the closest I have ever seen Marvel Loki come to what I know who Loki is. Okay. And so I started watching the trailer. So they are sending him basically okay, I'm just going to run this down in my own language. They make Loki a Time Lord, and he's got to go fix the timeline. And I'm sitting there looking at this trailer thinking about my time with my Loki doctor. Okay, now before it didn't make any sense. It didn't, and none of this stuff made any sense, and it was a fun journey for me. Okay. That numinous energy, and regardless, honestly, regardless what anybody says, I don't give a fuck. Seriously, what Tom Hiddleston has to say about it, I don't care what Disney has to say about it. I seriously don't care about what anybody else has to say about it. This numinous energy is definitely 100% has connected itself to this. Basically, it's an outlet, it's a medium. Okay, so what I know is, as Loki, it had already explored this idea of time and going through time to repair things. And now it's being represented in a new way in this Disney show. And it isn't anything like I thought it was going to be, which is good, but I didn't think that it was going to be so on the nose. Because I'm looking back at all the times I opened up my mouth about me and Loki traveling through time and blah, 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 just being on the TARDIS. And so this divine language, the way that I translated it was using imagery that I already knew, but Disney is putting in new imagery on the journey that I've already gone on with Loki. Does that make any does that blow?
Yeah, that's exciting.
Well, the thing is, I'm thinking that a lot of the things that I have said in the last 3 years about Loki, I mean, just being openly free about my adventures with him, are
Right.
actually going to they're actually going to form in the show. And
That's
I think
interesting.
that's going to I think it's going to validate me and him. And I really feel like the more that they validate that, I've got a scale. On one side, I'm like, oh my God, this is my trying to explain this numinous energy and the way that it moves through humanity, the way that these numinous energies move through humanity through their stories. So when you're talking about the gods specifically, especially Loki, because he's a teacher. Okay, he's so beautiful and incredible. I can't even explain to you. And everybody who is connected to him through his name and through the similar journeys that the original Loki took. If you have a Loki who walks that path and has the name and accepts the shoes, that person is I can't even express how cool that individual was and will continue to be. Because that numinous energy is at work in their life, regardless. Okay, and because this is so in my face, I also have to look at the fact that I'm in more of a, I am in more understanding of what a blessing it was to have him in my life, what a gift it was to have in life, and know that it's gone.
Hmm.
So I'm afraid to watch the show.
Hmm. Good morning, nobody. Thanks for joining us. Um, wow. And you know what I heard last night too? Um, that this is my excitement finally on something that I'm really excited about. Rod Zombie is doing a remake of the Munsters. Ah! I can't
Yeah,
wait.
but that hasn't been approved. That's only a pitch.
Damn, well, not yet, but I'm believing that it is approved already. Because gosh darn friggity doodah. Yeah. I can just like in my creative little mind, just like, oh wow. I mean, like, is it already like can I watch it now? I haven't been this excited over something coming up, and I had to go all the way back. Like, when was the last time I was so excited over a movie? It was it, The Stand. I couldn't wait for that friggin' movie to come out because the book was so awesome, and I was so disappointed.
Right.
And okay, so then like I'm thinking to myself, oh, don't be disappointed because, and now I almost got disappointed because it hasn't been approved by whom?
Right.
The wherever the studio, whatever. Well, oh man, but it's right. I don't know. It's the first time I've been excited in any and I don't know. I
I
really
don't know whether
appreciate.
to be I don't know whether to be excited about Loki or not, to tell you the truth, because and so I'm like, do I go ahead and start watching it or not? Because again, it's already started. I'm already seeing. I if you have you did you ever see oh, what was it? It was Loki's Car Wash and Tequila Catastrophe.
No, I haven't even seen the first Loki one. How I got
No,
involved
no,
with the
those were my videos. I was talking
oh no no
my
no no no
video.
no I haven't no be honest with
Yep,
you no
Loki's Car Wash and Tequila Tequila Catastrophe. Okay, are two Loki but well basically they're Loki. I did a Loki show. He's the main character now in the first one.
hmm
Because it's me playing with my nephew. Okay,
okay
but that's all improv.
right awesome and
And
that's
the
all taken down
point
now too
I'm
right
making, um, I
wonderful
don't
combo.
know.
I'll have to check it out because there's not much that and that's another
Well, you
not to
can
get off
screen
subject or
share
anything.
it and find out.
Once you take something down and make it private, you can't put it back up.
Yes, you can put it back up.
Okay, I because I took
Okay,
down all this
well,
shit.
the reason why I brought that, the reason why I brought that up, okay, is that um, I know Loki so well. I know Loki so well. Um, I I
Mm.
can dialogue with him improvisationally and nail him every time. So writing dialogue or performing with Loki, regardless of his format, I can I know what he's going to say.
Okay, I just got to say this. Um, Hey, nobody. What are you trying to do? Just like put me into a music cornea of jealousy? Um, it wasn't bad enough yesterday with all the bands you're gonna see, and now you're gonna have to add some more lists to it. Okay, I see how you are. All right, all right.
Okay, go back to talking about music then.
Sorry.
Um, well, um, the I am not a huge Rob Zombie fan. I mean, I know about digging ditches and burning witches, and I actually did like his remake of Halloween. Um, I just can't. My heart and my head cannot handle the pounding heavy metal anymore. It's just too. It's too much adrenaline, and it gets my heart beating too fast. And having anxiety and PTSD, and I had high blood pressure. I had naturally just laying around. I had a rapid heartbeat all the time. Okay, because of the consistent stress. So I can't listen to heavy metal like I used to because it makes me sick, like physically ill, because my heart beats too fast and I get shots of adrenaline rushing through me, and I end up not being able to. I lose my breath. I start to go into a panic. It simulates a panic attack for me. V, are you?
I'm
What
back.
happened? Oh, oh
Oh, I
no.
I have okay, because you mentioned that oil, right? Okay, and I had gnats, right? And I just so happened to have that oil, and so I was putting it in my hair because my hair is fried from taking all the red out, and I went
Uh
to
huh.
go type in the chat, and I got oil all over my hands, so I took myself out again. It's nobody's fault because he shows up and all of a sudden I get poofed. Interesting. I see what you're doing there, nobody. I love saying that. Nobody. Nobody. Who told you nobody?
Yeah, my daughter says the same thing, but in reality, it puts her on edge.
What what did I miss? Oh, concerts?
Well, no, no, he says, K Star, I'm the opposite. The music calms me down and puts me at ease. And like I said, my daughter says the same thing. And the reality is that's what she wants to think, but that's not actually what's going on. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
I don't know. I've always loved concerts, but I'll tell you now, getting older and stuff, the last concert I went to here in Louisville, um, we weren't in the nosebleed section, but the seats were like, I was getting like vertigo. And I'm like, yeah, no, the next concert is going to be floor or mosh pit. Okay. I got to be level because, I like, I get into the concerts. Yeah, I friggin' love the music. I love the crowds. I love everything about going to concerts.
Yeah, I
Everything about it.
can't go to concerts.
Uh, Not like even
Well,
open
yeah,
area concerts, like
yeah, I
a
can't.
Hollywood. No.
Yeah, no, I can't. I have a problem listening to music.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the reason why I listen to a lot of old shit. I'll listen to like fucking ragtime, or I can do like Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, or let's see. I think I'm really comfortable. My most comfortable fast paced stuff right now is
Hmm.
rockabilly.
Really?
Rockabilly pre surf rockabilly.
Okay. Yeah.
So like the whole I can't. That's just no. Go away. Get that out.
Okay.
Get that frat shit out of here. I can't handle it.
So like
Um.
So like Stray Cats or Billy
Oh yeah.
Idol,
Yeah, yeah,
that kind
jump
of rock
jive
music.
and then you gotta jump jive and then
Uh,
you gotta jump jive and then you wail and wail. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
okay.
Swing, big band,
Hmm.
orchestra. I mean,
Is it?
I've
What do
had to
you
pull
think? Do
away
you
from
think that it's
opera.
like the bass or some kind of tone that just is too much, maybe for you? I've just never heard that before about music.
Well,
It's quite
because
interesting.
well, who is who? Okay, there are two things about me that are not mainstream that I'm reluctant to talk about because everybody on the planet Earth, if you're an American, everybody automatically expects you to have a high regard for music and everybody expects you to like dogs. I don't understand this. There are people out there that don't like certain musics. They just don't, or they don't like music at all. I
Okay.
can only consume certain kinds of music, or if it's modern music, I can listen to it in small portions. I cannot sit in the back seat of somebody's car and listen to them play their music, especially if it's turned up. I have panic attacks. People don't
Ah,
understand that modern music is at a certain hertz. It's at the human heartbeat. Modern music is not at the human heartbeat. It's faster than the human heartbeat at, at rest. So even when
that's
you're
why
sitting
it's so
down,
annoying when people are bumping when they're going by your house.
it increases my heart rate and I feel like I'm going into a panic attack.
Wow. Seriously, I don't mean to sound like, but I've never really, you're the first person ever that I've ever talked to that said something like that.
Because
I thought
nobody is
everybody
brave
liked
enough to
their
say
own.
something.
Wow, that's just
I mean, especially
fascinating.
with these bumpers. If you say, "Hey, you know what? I'm vibrating out of my chair. You're too loud." Well, I'm not doing drugs, so I can do whatever the fuck I want with my money. And if I want to turn my shit up to 25,000 fucking decibels, I can because it's my fucking radio. Rah, 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 rah. Motherfucker.
I never, ever, 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 ever would have thought that. Wow,
Well,
you
nobody
brought
ever does.
something really new to my attention. Well, there should be some kind of awareness about that. Be respectful, duh. But I
Nobody's
mean,
gonna listen.
wow.
Nobody's gonna listen to me about
Well, I'm
the
just saying.
fucking the
I'm just
hurts.
saying. Right now, we're even talking. Just be respectful, people. I don't care if you got a good system. You're going through a neighborhood. Damn, man. Go bump in your own friggin' do wappa whatever. You're going through a
Yeah,
residential. There should be like a child that play. Ears at listening or something.
they
I don't
don't
know.
care. It's just all about them. It doesn't matter. I mean,
Again, there's like lack of.
I can understand listening to, your music loud, because you're jamming and whatnot. But
Mhm.
seriously, if my house is vibrating, turn it down and don't get pissed off at me when I ask you to turn it down.
Right.
I don't want you breaking my windows.
Mm. I can't. I have too
And
much
for
fucking
some
on.
reason, these people think that if they're spending their money on their speakers, that's okay because it could be worse. They could be spending it on drugs. Oh, are you saying that people who bump do drugs? Is that what you're saying? Because that's
What?
what it sounds like to me.
Okay, that doesn't even make any kind of
In
sense.
addition, why is it always an Eminem fucking wannabe? It's always these fucking white boys who are doing it.
I'm sorry, I happen to really like Eminem. Um,
Yeah, but even Eminem is fucking reasonable.
right, but you know what? If I want to friggin' like listen to stuff super loud, I will put my headphones on and blast my ears out before I would blast my stereo because it just doesn't even, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
it's like, to me, it's like, if I want to hear it like that, okay,
Hmm.
then put your headphones on. You don't have to like, they see me roll. Try to catch me
Oh,
riding. All that crap and stuff. It's like a fucking. I don't know.
if
I
it's
don't
that
get it.
song, I'm listening to Weird Al.
Yeah, but what I'm saying. So if I want to listen to that shit, right? I mean, nobody needs to know what I'm listening to, okay? Unless I'm singing along,
Well, not that
whatever.
loud anyway. Not that loud anyway.
But
But
it's like
the but
almost
I
like
would.
it's like, hey, look at me, and look at what my kind of music, right? Okay, so like
Well,
me, I
okay,
would
so
pull
why
up,
is it always a trashy car too? They spend
right?
like $10,000 on their sound system, and their fucking fenders are fucking falling off and shit. And you're like, why didn't you put
Oh
that
my
money
God,
into your
please,
car to
may
fix
he
it up,
rest
you
in
dumb
peace.
fucker?
Number 13 was like that. He had the trashiest car, but his friggin' system was friggin', and it was like white boy number 13, may he rest in peace. But that's what I'm saying. Like, what? And it's like, I couldn't even ride in the car because I'm sorry, his speakers came first. It took up the whole back seat. But I rolled up one time and I just had enough, okay, because it was just disrespectful. I'm at a bank trying to talk to the teller, blah, 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 right? So I said, excuse me, hold on. And I go and I friggin' have a nice car and I have a nice system, okay? And I just blast some friggin' Toby Mac, who's a Christian rapper, okay?
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, you
No.
want to go at rapping? This dude rocks.
You gotta
He's him
fight
and he
fire
sounds
with
tight.
water,
Yeah, he's a
V.
Christian rapper. Get
My
Jesus, brother. Turn it down. Fuck.
my dream is to have an awesome car with an awesome sound system, okay?
Hmm.
And you can't fight fire with fire, all right? It
Yeah.
doesn't work. However, you can fight fire with water. And when my car was in better condition, when I had somebody else roll up beside me or behind me doing that bumping bullshit and my car was vibrating, I had an opera CD I kept in the car specifically for this occasion. And I would put it in there and I would fucking turn up something like Madame Butterfly. And so
Right.
instead of hearing boom, boom, you heard, oh, and it just fucking, and they would turn their shit down.
Right.
Well, yeah,
Right.
because you fight bass with treble.
Well, whatever. You want to just, like, if somebody annoys you, you want to pull the annoy card back. I don't know what would annoy
Opera.
you the most. I'll freaking look at him and start picking my nose and flicking it at him. I don't care. Like, dude, really? Really? You know?
No, no,
Now,
that's
a good
no.
system on, like, on the open highway and stuff, that's totally different. But like, put your headphones on if you want to listen to that. Not everybody wants to hear, okay?
Well, you're not really hearing anything. All you're doing is feeling this
The
boom.
vibration.
It's vibrational. I mean, there's a bass and there's a vibration, but there's no music to it. There's no words to it. It's just boom, boom, boom. What are you listening to? All you're doing
That's what,
is
because
you're
I
messing up your
actually,
brain. You're
listen,
messing up
I
your
even,
ears.
I even like would would hear him rolling up, okay, and all you could hear is boom, and it sounded like, oh my God, his car's gonna blow up because it's like the speakers are gonna blow up that car because
Yeah.
they're vibrating so bad. And I'm like, well, maybe on the inside you could hear the music, right? No, I mean, there's
No.
no lyrics.
No.
It's just
It's
sound.
all
So I'm
just yeah.
wondering, that's interesting if it's
Well,
just
I think
sound.
it's because they're deaf. Did you know? Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
in your very inner ear, there is actually a a real rock. It's a stone. It's like quartz in your ear, and it helps you hear communication, whether it's music or words or whatever. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
when that rock cracks, when it doesn't work, you go deaf, and all you can hear or feel is bass. So they're like Beethoven. They've destroyed their own ears with their own equipment at that loud decibel sound, because they've literally cracked that tiny rock in their inner ear. They are in fact deaf. So the words and the melody don't mean anything to these people. It's just bass, and they have to turn it up so loud because they can't hear it. Everything's muffled. They can't hear anything. It sounds like this. But they've done that to themselves, which is the sad part, and they don't even want to admit the fact that they've done it to themselves. They just want to continue to destroy their own ears with these sound systems. So when you're in a loud environment, it's just everything gets louder and louder and louder. For example, if I'm listening to heavy metal music, all right, and my kids are talking to me, they're trying to talk to me over the music, which means they're screaming. And if they're both trying to talk to me, or they're both having an argument, now they're trying to scream over each other. Just turn it off. It's not fucking worth it. Also, the TV too. That was a big problem growing up, because back when I was growing up, we didn't have fucking cell phones and shit. We had a TV, okay, and and there was only one in the house. So if you were talking to somebody in the kitchen, my brother or Gary turns the TV up, which means you have to talk louder, which makes them turn the TV up. And then you've got everybody screaming at each other over the TV. It's just too much fucking noise. I can't handle it anymore. So screaming in my childhood, screaming with my husband. My husband's screaming at the kids all the time when he's home. The kids are screaming at each other. Just, you know what, everybody, just shut the fuck up. Turn off the TV, turn off the music, turn off the devices. Everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. So, being in Tennessee in isolation actually helped heal that part of me that couldn't handle sound at all. See, it got to the point where I couldn't. I had to be in silence all the time. And I've been slowly working myself up.
That makes sense, though. I'm talking quiet because I moved into my bedroom, and I don't like to talk loud in here because people are still sleeping.
Well, I got to get up soon, so
you got to get up soon.
Well, it's May 15. Yeah, I got to get up soon. I got to get up in 45 minutes. I've been having nightmares. I've been having trouble sleeping. In Big Geek, Jesse says, the Weird Al thing. My, this here Anakin guy may be Vader someday later, but he's just a small fry.
Small fry, yeah.
Walked 4 houses down to tell the guy I was working on his car, and he has his damn bass up to full. I said, turn this shit down. I have baby. Yeah. It's part of a class. I found that irregular beats lowered my heart rate. No. Pacing of the beats is not the same thing. People, they listen to everything. Like certain types of
like my girl next door, she has it in her ear, like really bad. I can't hear. Okay. But it's the trippiest thing. Like, she couldn't hear me when I was screaming in pain, and we're like right next door. Like right now, I can hear her through the vent, her music and stuff. I mean, it's not loud or blasting or anything. I just know she's up, right? But I have like supersonic hearing. Like I can't see well, but I can really hear really good. I hear. Anyways,
Hmm.
but her sitting there the other day, she goes, "You hear that?" I said, "Ann, you can hear that sound coming from," and I knew where it was coming from, but you couldn't hear me screaming or banging on the wall. She goes, "No, but it was," she goes, "It's like so weird. It's like certain frequencies. I can," she goes, "I don't know." I said, "Do I need to get a dog whistle and like,
Well,
kind of
it's
making
also
that's
it's
weird.
also no, it's not.
I don't
There,
mean
okay, it's
weird. I
like
just like,
wood does not conduct heat very well, but it does conduct sound better, you know.
okay,
There's some kinds of insulation that don't conduct sound waves, and there is some insulation that does.
okay.
It has to do with just your apartment, and metal conducts just about everything. It's also it's like a, and I mean, if I yell into my venting system, somebody else is going to be able to hear it. You're in an apartment building,
Right. But I
okay?
can
And
even yell. Our vents are connected. I can yell right now through that vent right there. Yo, Ann, Ann. And she could
right,
be right next door in our bathrooms connect and not hear me. But yet I can go, and that's all. Now you got me all inquisitive, right?
right.
And her vent and my vent, like if she's smoking a cigarette, the smoke goes in my vent. There's no like I can smell her cigarette smoke or her weed smoke. Okay, I can
Acoustics,
smell
that's the word. Thank you. Thank you.
acoustics. Yeah.
Acoustics, thank you.
Hmm.
I got that was I don't know. I don't that was not.
Oh, what happened? I did not poof anybody. Oh, wait a minute. But I know she was tired. It's 6:19. And I'm like 14% battery, and I'm exhausted too. Um, I'm tired. I had to get up again. But good thing is, I don't have anything to do till 8 p.m. tonight, so I can friggin' just totally chill in a friggin' nice hot tub and not have to adult today or do anything. So that's the good thing. Um, hey, Bone, how are you? Good morning. Hope all is good. I'm up here by myself. I can't see if my bubble is. Y'all hear me? Hello. Anyways, Kathy was here. We were talking about, I don't know, we got onto sound waves and frequency, and then she poofed. I don't know if she poofed herself or she just had to go. Um, I'm down to 14%. I did really, it's amazing. Okay, cool. Thank you. It's amazing how at the time that I just did this, like, there she is, stream, like, I haven't lost any battery or anything plugged in. Maybe it's just not everybody is.
I mean, nightmares and everything.
Okay, you're back.
Yeah, I got. I mean, what the hell happened? I got booted off for some shit.
You
I looked
booted
down
your.
at my phone. Yeah, I looked down at my phone, and there's Google. Hi, what do you want to look for? What the fuck are you talking about? I didn't tell you to do Google.
Do 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 do. No, it's like what we're in Gemini, man. We're in Gemini with some force field of the ring of fire.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was
Zone.
watching. I was doing that. I was doing some astrology, and none of that shit is resonating for me.
I don't know anything about it. I just know that it looks pretty cool, and I hope I'll be able to see this solar eclipse. I don't
Oh
know.
no, you're doing everything right on. You're the horoscope has got you down pat.
Oh, really? I don't. I To be honest with you, I don't. That's not my belief. I don't believe in that stuff. It's
I
just not
do
my belief.
because you're like, I have all these ideas and they're coming to me, and then the astrology is like, yeah, you're going to have all these ideas and they're just going to sort of come to you, and
Oh,
I'm
is that
like,
what it says for Scorpio?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know because I do not look in my. I don't. I don't do that. I mean, they just don't. I just don't. I
I was
just
like,
be.
I was
I just
listening to
be
this and I was
V,
like,
man. You know what I mean, girl?
yeah, I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, that's V, that's V, that's V, that's V, that's V. Where am
Well, this
I?
is the
I'm
first
here
time
for
I'm
me. I'm
hearing
not
of it.
here for
I'm
V.
the last to know what's going on with me.
And then it said something about, and by the way, also keep in mind that Mercury is in retrograde again, so a lot of the things you're trying to communicate are not going to be clear or clarifying and may actually come out completely wrong. And I was like, well, damn, that's V too.
But
What the
that's me
fuck?
every day. Okay, because that motherfucker Mercury, okay, is after Venus's ass, but she's in love with Aries. Okay,
I am
there,
not in love with
folks.
Aries. Let me
I
be
said
clear about
Venus
that.
is,
Oh, Venus. Well, Venus is my planet. I'm
but
heavily ruled by Venus.
V
But I
also
promise
stands.
you,
Venus is my other AKA. Venus star is. So when I say run,
oh,
Venus, run, that's like my twin Venus sin.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay, so your Venus is in love with Aries. My Venus is in love with
no,
Sagittarius.
let me put it to you this way. My Venus got hoodwinkled by fucking an Aries.
I'm still in love with my Sagittarius.
I could,
I
no,
just am.
look, I'm kind of
That's
like
never
this
going to
rolling
end.
with this Aries dude of mine, okay? Look, like Bert and Ernie, okay? Just saying. Like Pinky in the Brain, okay? Like, dude, for real, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah. So it's just better off that we leave Mr. Ed in the shed and the captain and the Tennille are not rolling down that riverboat together. End
Oh
of
my god.
discussion.
Yeah.
That was 4 stories all in one about a personal love life. And I don't care. I call him out all the time. He's a motherfucker. He knows it.
Well, we calls them like we sees them,
I
Wilbur.
wish him well. I wish him well. I do. I love him. His wife is best friends. We're best friends. Okay. But he's just
Yeah.
stupid. He's just stupid.
I'm still
And
in
you know
love
what?
with
I
my
don't got time for
Sagittarius.
stupid. Stupid is what stupid does. I mean, I'm
It's
sorry.
true.
I am not in control of other people's
Yeah, I'm
shit.
in love with my Dr. Loki. I can't help it. I
Look,
know
look,
there's one out
look.
there. I know there's a Loki that's a doctor.
I am so right now in love with my own self. Okay.
Yeah.
That I've never
Well, no,
actually even liked my own self. I just
that
don't have
is
time for friggin' like because something no I don't have time. I don't even have
that's
time for a roommate. I like my space, and I don't. I have come to the conclusion that I am way better left alone, right, in my own little cave, okay, but have access to like. Thank you for the video that there's life outside your apartment. I shared the shit out of that.
I
I
love
was
Avenue
friggin'
Q. It's
dying
hilarious.
laughing 8 years ago. I've been talking about fucking hysterical. But what I'm saying, but if I want to shut myself down and like shut my phones off and everything and just like create or write or do whatever I want to do, this is the first time like I've
Well, that
had that
song is so
freedom.
appropriate for nowadays because the restrictions of the pandemic are lifting, and people need to be reminded that there's life outside of their apartments.
Whoa, Rosetta, girlfriend, how you been? I haven't. I hope all is well, man. I tried to get a hold of you a few times. I was a little concerned. Just hadn't seen you around. Um, that is who you or I do believe, if I read it right. Yeah, I don't have my glasses on. I'm back in my apartment. So henceforth, the 22 pairs of glasses I have, I can't find one pair. I'm back in my apartment again. Henceforth, um, yeah, same shit, different day. Breathe in, breathe out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But so when the maintenance man came over to fix the window, and he'll be back to fix the hole in the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I um, I just showed him like the can of paint, like I made it very obvious I was painting. Okay. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, so blah, blah, blah. He goes, I don't see anything. And I'm like, what are you talking about? My bong? My bong was sitting out. And he's like, oh, no, I was talking about the paint. And I'm like, damn. So now I pointed out my bong. I said, but it's really only for tobacco use. I can prove it. But I've known these people for like years, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
anyways, I said, the paint. I said, I know I'm not supposed to paint the apartment, that I'm supposed to ask permission and follow the rules like a good little girl, but I've been asking for this place to be painted for 3 friggin' years, okay? He's like, I
Mm-hmm.
see nothing like that. And I said, but it's the exact same color. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just doing you a favor, and because I can't stand the tobacco stained walls, you know? And anyways, it was just funny. It was just funny. I don't know why. I'm tired, I guess. What was the point to that?
I'm not sure, but sometimes I just let you go because you need to.
But I don't, yeah, no. Not if there's somebody up here with me. I don't have to talk.
But you've been talking for a long time,
Like, I
V.
don't know. Like, for how long have we been talking?
We've been talking for about an hour and
Oh,
47 minutes or
wow.
so.
That's really a short time compared to some of our shit.
Yeah, very short.
Yeah, because I got to freaking get some, like, really weird closure
Yeah.
this
My
morning.
sleeplessness is not due to self doubt or
Mm-mm.
self chat. No.
What? Oh, I love it. Yeah. Well, sleepiness could be self doubt or chat. Nancy be going through some stuff. Girl, let me tell you. How, look, look. True story. I don't even have to say, rumor has it. Okay. I mean, please. Yeah. And just when you think like the shit's over, it's like, fuck, I didn't see that one coming. Ah,
Yeah. Ain't that the shit though, man?
right? What's
Okay.
up?
I gotta go. I'll be right back,
Okay.
okay? I'll be
Okay.
gone for about
I'll be here.
10
I've
minutes.
got 12% battery. And if I'm not here, there's enough people that are wrenches that can carry on.
Okay.
I can be the ghost hostess. I don't even
Oh
care
yeah, no, I'm
anymore. What's up, girl?
Well, last few weeks have been kind of interesting.
Do
So,
tell, please. I want to hear
well,
somebody
I'm still
else's
trying to
celebration.
no, I'm still trying to figure out if I have Parkinson's or not. So,
Oh no. Hey,
which is
speaking of which,
most likely
listen.
yes, considering the stuff that I've gone through with the doctors on the
Okay,
science. So,
are you diabetic by any chance?
no,
Okay, so you don't take any kind of insulin, right?
mm-mm.
Okay, because with the Parkinson disease medicine that they had me on, I don't know, I'm just warning, warning, warning. It is fatal when taken with Humalog insulin. It will friggin' fuck you up bad. It killed me again. Like, yeah. So they don't know. So what? So what are your? What's the What is the
We
suspected
went through what
diagnosis?
they went through what is now as of recently the 50 most common signs, including the rare ones that are only certain neurological conditions, all that, and it hit 49 of them with me.
Mm,
So basically, it's the doctors are basically on foregone conclusion. They just have to get testing to rule other stuff out.
okay. So you're just
So,
like in the testing, ruling out process.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's Richard.
Yeah,
Um,
I heard, and I did try to reach out to you, by the way. I don't know if you were not getting the messages. I know that you sent me one back that you had just gotten one because I had one on your stream, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But I know that you've been going through some shit too, and I just wanted to reach out and let you know,
you might want to try Discord. Twitter has been massively unfollowing people for me in droves for weeks, and every time it does, nobody can message me because I have it locked because of all the creepy DMs I was getting.
right?
So I keep having people go, "Oh, I can't message you. I can't talk to you. Are you mad at me?" It's like, no. It's
No, I just
unfollowed
did
me
when you
from
wanted to talk
It
to me.
unfollowed me from Richard and several other people that help run my streams and stuff from me like 20 times lately. So it's like, oh, this is weird. Twitter's
Right.
being a little bitch, but yeah.
That's okay. But that's okay. Girl, please.
Meanwhile, I'm half
This is
asleep
like,
laying here in cat
this
ears.
is
This is
called like
weird.
real fucking life. Shit fucking happens. People get sick. We have to go through tests. Some of us get stranded when going to go visit people, go for 2 days and don't come home for 3 fucking months and have only supplies for 2 days. I've missed my clothes so bad.
Well, that's the other reason I'm laying like this is because I had an allergic reaction to the freaking lotus lily exposures while I was out for anniversary, and my throat's still really swollen. So
nice. You know what? I've got some advice. Just do your research on every single friggin' medication because I had no clue.
Oh no, I do. I've been
whatsoever.
through so much stuff medically. I don't take anything unless I absolutely have researched it.
Even me researching what the doctors were telling me, so by the grace of the ultimate, going and getting stranded, I mean, it sounds horrible and everything. Bless God for seriously. Can you imagine? Look, Rosetta, I come up to stay, I get stranded, and you let me stay in your house. You think I'm annoying online? Could you imagine having me in your house for 2 fucking...
I don't let anybody in my house. I don't let anybody in my house. I barely share my space with my husband.
But you know what I'm saying? They deserve I can't do enough or express my gratitude. Like if it wasn't for butterflies, man, I could have friggin' that was it. That could have been the last time that I friggin' died. Damn it, But seriously, I have never been so sick ever, 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 ever. And people, it was just a nightmare. And I just can't thank him enough because I annoy my own self.
Some of these meds on the market are freaking scary. Because
men on the market.
My family, we do a lot with breathing. Meds.
Oh yeah, I know.
The things that they're legal for medical treatments here. Because look at this situation here. My family were mostly for breathing issues, the vocal cord dysfunction, the chemical sensitivities, and asthma, and all that combined makes quite a cocktail,
Right.
My mom is still having medical. When I was in Job Corps, which should give you a clue how long ago this was, they put her on Spiriva. She's still having medical issues that almost killed her because what they didn't tell anyone then, and they're still not really telling people with it now, and they even took it off the market for 10 years because it was killing people and then put it back on the market. It doesn't break down, ever. It builds up crystals in your bloodstream and starts creating them in your eyes and your organs. It's a black box med. And they didn't tell anybody that then. She's still having medical problems from it 17 years later.
Hmm.
And they're not telling people about it now. They just put it back on the market. Now they're saying, well, if you have COPD or you're elderly, take this. Wait. Are you just at this point just admitting you're just trying to kill the elderly and the disabled? Because it's known. It's documented. They've been sued multiple times. It's killed people. It's still killing people. So you put back on the market and tell the disabled to take it. I don't trust anything people put on the market without researching it. There's way too much
Yeah.
shady shit.
It doesn't even matter anymore doing the research on that. I freaking killed my own self this time. Okay, unbeknownst to me, because they took me off the Humalog, but they took me off the Neurotins for my neuropathy because I didn't like the the whole Neurotin thing because I got issues in the past with opioids and pain medicines, okay? And Neurotins build up in your system and they're a beast to withdraw. Anyways, so they put me on this Parkinson disease, but they had already took me off the Humalog and changed me to like analog or something like that, okay? So
Mm-hmm.
when I go into the hospital this time, they're telling me we're going to take you off this Metapex, whatever the Parkinson disease for the neuropathy, and we're putting you back on Neurontin. And I was arguing with them, and they're like, "You have to go off this medicine because it has severe interactions." Okay, with with Humalog, okay, but I wasn't taking Humalog. I didn't realize when I left the apartment, I grabbed the yellow pens, thinking that the yellow uh, just. Anyways, I did it to myself. I didn't realize what they were telling me because they said insulin, okay, and I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. I didn't realize that it was specifically Humalog insulin, and I thought that all my Humalog was gone because they're different, but it wasn't. There was like two pens that were still Humalog. So I actually grabbed the Humalog pens and I poisoned myself because when I went into the hospital, they're telling me, we found that traces of blah, 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 blah in your system. Is there anybody who might be trying to poison you? And I'm like, me, what? What the fuck? And then that sends me into major overdrive. Like, who's, blah, 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 blah. And I'm so sick. But then I realized when they call, yeah, anyways, but I didn't know that. So unbeknownst to me, I was still taking the medication, but I took the Humalog and I friggin' killed myself. I friggin' committed suicide. What would you even call that? Inadvertently, it's not OD. I inadvertently committed suicide or attempted suicide. How I don't even know. How do you explain that one? Please, somebody explain that to me.
I don't know. My general way of explaining things is life is fucked up.
Life is freaking beautiful, man. Because I just have
But
to laugh.
yeah,
I'm like, really? I poisoned my own self. Who done it? You did. What do you mean I did it? Self, you did it to yourself. What do you mean I'm doing it to myself? I'm not doing it. Here, let me take my insulin injection. Oh, it's time for my restless leg pill. But I'm not. Do you see what I'm going with this? It's like, really? What's next? Ooh, don't say that. Ooga booga. I
it's
have
a
to
very,
laugh.
very odd situation.
Well, I mean, I just can't anymore. Have you ever been to the point where you're just like, I just can't? Well, what do you mean you can't? Yes, you can. You can. You can do anything. No, I really just can't anymore. I can't. I just can't. I'm just.
I'm in this bed more and more. I have to
It's
face the fact that my nerves are failing in a lot of ways.
okay, but you can also, girl. I was in bed and could not move for 3 weeks. Okay,
I
get a
have
hold of
periods.
Hauser. And you go and find, I mean, seriously, I totally can relate, but I am not, like, I was just waiting to die, seriously. And it's like, what are you trying to do? You need to get up and I can't. Yes, you can. No, you don't understand the kind. People don't understand. When you say you can't do something, it's not like, oh, poor pity me, I can't. No, I physically cannot do it. I was falling out of the bed.
That's one
I
of the
was
ones that gets on my
crawling,
nerves.
you know?
That when
Yeah.
people say, "Oh, you're just not trying hard enough," it's like the fucking battle I had for a decade of doctors doing this weird shit, telling me, "Just eat less, just exercise more. The reason you're gaining weight is because you're not doing anything." And I'm telling you, I'm barely eating. I'm working up when my body was. I almost starved all my organs to death. And I
I
was still
know.
gaining weight because of all the medical issues. And they wouldn't do anything. They wouldn't listen. They wouldn't test it. And there's a bit of gaslighting to that effect, too, because you're being convinced that you're hallucinating. It's your fault. You're not doing things right. And it's not
Thank you,
true.
Lord. No, it's not true. And you know what? Bless you for coming on. Seriously. Because, look, let me tell you, I was told I was faking it. I was told that I was bringing it on myself, that I could mentally, blah, blah, blah. No, I can't. Yes, you can, blah, 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 blah. You're not really sick. It's all the medication. It's blah, 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 and da, da, da. Going around telling everybody that has known me, that live next to me, going, no, she really can't walk. She's not faking it. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I was so sick of hearing that. And I'm going into these, you're right. You go into these psychosis. I can't eat. I can't physically taste food. I'm trying to drink water. So now I'm thinking, okay, well, if I stretch, so now I'm like forcing myself, which was making it worse because now, am I really crazy? Am I like in like some kind of fucking drug induced psychosis, because I'm smoking too much weed, or I'm taking, like, what? Am I taking too much Tylenol? And I'm like, but I'm not doing any fucking drugs.
I have to
And I'm
have my
thinking I
friend.
am. But
I
and
have
I'm
to have
just
my
like,
husband
fuck,
and my
man.
friends force me to remind me to eat because my brain does not want to eat because all the years being told that it was my fault that I'm not doing enough.
Right.
I have this
Mhm.
part in my brain where my body doesn't want to eat. I can't stand to eat
Listen,
most of the time.
I have
And I
found,
forget it. And it's not even intentional. I forget it because my brain doesn't want to. And
sis,
so I've
let me
got
tell you something.
literally,
That
I'm the fat anorexic.
And guess what? I eat like a pig. You're losing so much weight. I'm like, I'm fucking eating like, and I'm just like shriveling. I'm just like I have, oh my God, do I have cancer? What is wrong with me? Because nobody could figure out what the fuck was wrong with me. Okay. But in the meantime, listen to this. I found a way, or I was shown a way that you can get all your essential nutrients from a very tasty, low sugar, healthy, green machine. Like, one has all the vegetables in it. You can drink it, okay, and it gives you everything that you need. Okay, if you can't physically eat,
There's one flaw
it,
with those. There's one
are you
flaw with that.
okay?
I
It's not
go,
like an Ensure.
no, no,
It's
no, 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 no. I go anemic extremely easy, and my body cannot digest proteins and such from plants, only the complete from
No, and they
meats.
have some for fruit, and they also have stuff with iron in it.
No, I'm saying my body can't because the proteins are different in plants than they are in meats, and my body can't digest them or use them.
Okay, but this is
I
just
have
like
to
a
eat meat
drink, a
daily.
juice. I
Yeah, I'm
understand that
saying
you have to eat meat
so those
too.
things won't help. Those things won't help me much. They'll help me get some of the other nutrients, but
Right, that's what I'm
unfortunately, I
saying. At
still
least it's
need the other.
something that you can get something in. And if you could
Mm-hmm.
chew, like what I found that's worked for me, because I can't. I need to eat the proteins, the good proteins, the meats with my diabetes. Okay, it's very
Mm-hmm.
important. So what I have done
Mm-hmm.
is I will um cook like a pork loin, and like shave it really, really super thin, and like portion it out, or have like a bites of cheese. But in the meantime, I'm having like vegetables and carrot in juice form. So I'm getting those
Mm-hmm.
nutrients at least too. I'm still trying to figure a better way, more meats and protein, that healthier protein. I really haven't mastered that yet, but I'm working on it because I need the meat too. But it's hard for me because the taste is gone. So, like, what do I
Okay. Um,
puree
the
the meat like baby food?
two, two of the meats that have the highest amount of all the nutrients you need are bison and lamb. They are incredibly high. Then she crashed. Oh, well, we'll see how this goes. In the meantime, you're stuck with me.
Okay, no, it's not going to be that long this time. Thank God for that. But
Ah, interesting. You know,
I'm down to,
so
wait, is that a 38 or it's 8? 8% battery. Okay, so if I get kicked off again, then have to come back and then just close it down. It's that time of day. Yeah, I'm having the battery
okay,
issue. Yeah, again, because I'm back home.
yeah. So that's what I was saying. This bison and lamb have incredibly high amounts of protein. They have a bit more fat than other meats, but if you cook them right, you can remove most of that fat. They are really high in protein and iron and a lot of the vitamins you need from meat. So if you can get a hold of those, they're more helpful for people with our kind of medical issues.
Okay, but I don't know. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if I can't taste it. Well, I'm just thinking I'm going to get a puree, throw some friggin' meat that I like, and make fucking adult baby food if I have to. Juice it up. I don't know. I'll get it down my stomach, but and in my body because I'm not. Look, I'm a DNR. Okay, don't fucking keep bringing me back, man. Just let me go. I've been through enough of this shit. I'm like done. I'm tired. You know, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of being. You know, I'm just tired. I'm tired of it. But thank God that I actually got to this hospital in West Virginia University. They found like a lot of things that were overlooked in my previous hospital visit since 2016. So I got like um, tubes in my like stents in my kidneys, and I'm really back onto a very positive recovery. Okay, but
Okay.
my brain is thinking, okay, until when? Until when? So I'm going with my gut instinct again. I am not, and it's my option to take any more friggin' pharmaceutical medicines. Okay, I do need the insulin right now until I find a way of totally getting that under control. As far as everything is concerned, I can deal with not feeling my feet. I can deal with friggin' everything else. I can deal with the eyesight. I can deal with that. All right. I'm not putting any more chemicals
Mm-hmm.
that I really so don't know what is going to react and not. Well, Miss Reed, pharmacy is not a complete science. It's kind of a hit and miss. I said, you know what? I'm an alchemist. I'll take over my own fucking chemicals. Thank you. I don't care. I don't care at this point because this is too many times. I'm done. Aren't you? I'm just tired. I'm just tired of it. There's
It is so
natural
tiring to go
foods
through
and
this
stuff
stuff.
that we can do. And you do your research. I'm not going to go
Mm-hmm.
on the health kick or whatever. I'm just like done. It's either next time. Really, I'm so tired of waking up dead, literally, and being told that I'm fucking faking it. Really? What the fuck? Who does that? For what purpose would I do that? To scam money out of the government. Scam money that I fucking put into Social Security. And I'm kidding. What? Does that even make sense? Why do these people, and why do I, excuse me, allow these people to rent space in my head is what I want to know.
Yeah,
Right?
that's where it's getting to me. It's like, my whole life I've been going through this stuff. My first memory is waking up with a massive seizure that burned 5 scars in my brain. The fact that
Wow.
so-called friends went around to these different communities telling people that she's just faking it. She's just trying to get attention.
Okay. Now, okay, let me just tell you something on how I feel about the whole rumor has it thing. There are things that you say to people, okay? And there are things that you say to people. You don't say things to people that you have no business saying unless you're going to say it to that person, period. And you definitely do not call a motherfucker, I'm sorry, call anyone out on a public social media. I've learned this from mistake by doing it. Okay. No, if I've got an issue, I'm going to do what? DM said person and maybe have a conversation, feel it out for myself. Okay. And then, wow, we get along and just never even know that the idea might. Do you see what I'm saying? There's such, I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand the etiquette uh, of of people anymore at all. Period. 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 Period.
Well, and these people went beyond. They went to places where I had spasms, tremors, or misspeaks,
Wow.
or moments
But
where I
then,
ticked and started swearing and stuff on streams. And they were clipping this to people and telling them I was faking it.
okay, you know what? Let me tell you something. If you were, girl, you are good. Number one.
Yeah, because
Number two, people. Do you know? I just want to say that nothing that you even say to somebody in private, unless you are like fucking downright in a hole in the ground, it with covert operations to say, hey, blah blah, right? That your shit ain't everywhere, right? Okay, and one person could tell something. Rumor has it there was a commercial, Herbalescent, and she told two friends who told two friends who told two friends who told two friends. Okay,
mhm. And the thing is, when they did this, I
but
just flat out had people send me the images saying, "You see what they're doing and saying about you,"
okay.
because
Well,
they
at
were
least you
basically
get
their
at
response
least you
was,
get that. At least you get that. I have to friggin' live with some shit that is like, really, motherfucker, wait till I get my hands around your neck. You better run. You see me coming, whoever whoever if that should ever happen to me with whatever, right? And I announce it, look, motherfucker, because I'll call a motherfucker out. I won't call him out by name, but they'll know who I'm talking about. You see me, fucking run. And that's all I got to say. And I'm serious because I don't care. I don't care. Old people, there's that meme. Love that parrot head. Old people don't care. We don't got that much time to do life in prison. Yeah, some peace and quiet. Fuck yeah, I'll do life in prison. Easy. I don't got much life left. I can laugh
I
about
know
it.
that
But
feeling.
seriously, and I don't even want that negativity. See, that's what I mean when I say I can't. My new motto is this: I can't buy into that negative energy, but I wish them well. And that's it. Enough said. No more. Now it's up to the universe. Okay, so here comes the sarcastic side because you know it's coming. It's up to the
Hmm.
universe on how deep of the well they want to throw said person in. Because I'm just wishing them well. It could be any kind of well. So technically, do I don't break the laws of the universe? I can roll with that. I can. That's something I can live with. Okay, because even just like talking about stuff like that just angers me, and I just don't like. I don't like me when I'm angry. I don't like me when I get excited and start to lose it. I don't like that side of me. I've been listening to some really good meditational tapes the last past 2 months seem to be working.
See, I'm just kind of at the state where I just don't care. I'm going to focus on my art and dealing with my medical. I'm going to focus on the close friends, and everything else just can fuck off and fade. You
Right?
know?
And it's not like when we say we don't care. It's just like, you know what, I'm gonna focus on the shit that matters. And that's all. And guess what? Guess what, girl? That's right. What matters to you? It doesn't matter what I say, nothing. Nothing. What matters to you? You go and do you and stand by your beliefs. And hey, I wish you well. And I definitely don't want to throw you down a well. I'd help you out of a well if need be. Okay. But yeah, I had to stipulate that because now I have to change my whole universal law thing. Because that's my belief system, by the way. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. And it's like, I'm like almost at the point where I'm afraid to speak because I hide
You
my.
not speak? Wait a minute.
I know, but see, you all really don't know like this me seriously, like me. Okay, because I am a nervous wreck every time I come on here. That's why I just friggin' lose it and babble so
I,
much
I
because
was the same way, actually.
no. So I hide behind my sarcasm and my. I'm thinking I'm funny because I don't know what to do really. You know, I'm very self conscious, and it's just really weird. And I've always hid behind being go yeah taking one for the team yeah. But behind closed doors, I'm a fucking disaster. Just crying and
Yeah, and see, part
ooh,
of why I'm so blunt and open publicly is two things. One, I can't censor what I say. My brain's fried in that
right,
part. If I'm
right,
thinking
but
it, it's going to come out. It's not. Hello, Ornery. Wait. Hey, I'm trying to speak here.
aw, who's that?
That's ornery.
Uh-uh.
She's like, you were speaking.
Is that
Now
a
the
new
world
fur
is about
baby?
me. No, that's one of my old ones.
Real, hey,
Good girl.
Jens. Jens, I swear I am not going to be an idiot tonight, but I do have some fabulous tales to tell for Tale Telling Tuesday. Mm. And
So
obviously,
yeah,
I can't
but
tell the ones that I've friggin' that are really like you would have to like think, nah, that ain't true. Or have I been making it all a buildup? Rumor has it I could be a really good PR person and I'm really trying to sell this tale telling Tuesday by just making up four fast stories and just really playing into it because I
you
took
know,
drama
Kat,
school not.
Kat, I don't even know what I was saying anymore. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Distraction.
She's like, I'm worth it. Look at me. She crashes every stream. I went on with Odin, she crashed it. I go on with everyone, she crashes it. If I'm sitting in my chair on stream, she comes up on my shoulders or it's headbutting me for attention.
Well, that's
If I
not
do
what's
my art
familiar.
streams, if I do my art streams, she'll strut over and lay down on top of my drawing on camera. So that all they can see is
Uh,
her fur.
uh. Now, I'm really not trying to have a cat, okay? But apparently I have a cat now, okay? I really wanted a Rottweiler, okay? Even though, yeah, whatever, I need a Rottie. But, so this, I guess apparently a cat adopted me. Cruella DeVille. Cool Ella DeVille. Don't have my spectacles on. What's up?
No, not much. I'm back.
Hello.
So
Hi,
now
Rosetta.
we got a new. Look at the kitty.
That's
Now we're looking at kitty cats.
I was trying to tell her something, and she just walked up, laid between us, and stuck her face in mine.
She was a very good distraction at the perfect moment. She played her part well.
She's like, I always do. And
Well,
I know if I kiss up enough in the morning, then I get good food in the afternoon for lunch.
wow. Aw. I'm really, 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 really not.
See, I love animals.
Yeah.
I cannot
I do
have
too,
dogs.
and I
I'm
miss
too
my
allergic
dog
to them.
so much. And then,
Yens. Is that a
damn it!
song?
What?
There's. I'm asking Yens if that's a song. There's a song, right? It goes, say what you want to say, or something like that. It might be George Michael now that I think about it.
Hey,
I don't know.
kitty, you want to cuddle in here? Oh, I know you love cuddling in my blanket or sheet. Lay down. Come
Okay.
on.
So first of all, I missed somebody. I'm so sorry, you all. I missed saying hi to people. So hi, everybody. I don't have my glasses on, and I have been crying rivers of tears this morning. So yeah, and I don't even care. So not that I don't care, but like I can see nothing at this point.
Ornery.
Son of the Colonel has rebranded himself Colonel Morg.
Okay, so that's it. I'm like Colonel something. So son of the Colonel is now who?
Look at
Apparently,
this.
Colonel Morg.
Colonel
not
Lord, he got
sure.
a promotion? Woot, woot.
Well, he went from being the son of a colonel to being a colonel himself. So
Right? Better. Fuck.
I suppose it's better than being a kernel of corn.
Right? Or, hey, I'm just saying. I get that.
Or
I get
maybe
that promotion. Thank you for letting me know that. That means a lot to me.
Oh yeah, it was Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Say,
okay.
say. What you want?
Yeah.
Ornery.
But damn it, when is so I'm expecting the next promotion of son of a colonel, okay, would be if I can remember what nobody told me about the ranks, okay? So like after a colonel, I would think that you'd be cooking some pretty fucking good KFC chicken. Just saying, Colonel.
Yeah,
chicken.
see, I was wondering if the next step was like Kentucky Colonel, and because there's this evolution of our son of a colonel to a colonel,
right?
And then now
And
he's
then, but
Colonel
wait,
Morg.
then can you be knighted also if, like, let's just say that your son is a
Actually,
colonel,
you could be a Sir Colonel.
a Sir Colonel. So, listen, so you could actually have your knighthoodship and your KFC hoodship, right?
A Sir Colonel of Kentucky. Wait,
No,
Sir
okay.
Colonel Morg of Kentucky.
A Sir Colonel Lord of the Universe.
No, that's too much. That doesn't.
Okay, too much.
It's too
Okay,
much. Yeah.
Earth.
Fried Kentucky. That'd be funny.
No,
Son of
okay,
a
so
colonel.
the CEO, why can't we? Okay, so if we're going to go to one world government, so what would be the supreme leader?
Why are we talking about world governments? I'm talking
I
about
don't know.
titles.
What would be the supreme ruler of the earth? The supreme ruler of the earth.
I just told you the son of Sir
This
Colonel
is the
of
supreme
Fried
ruler of the
Kentucky.
earth. Cats know they were worshipped. They are supreme rulers.
Hey, listen, while I was on my vacation at La Chez Hassa's Butterfly Casa, I got to binge watch Devious Maids. Me and Butterflies were doing the whole supernatural thing. But speaking of, I got to see Cats and dogs for the first time. I've been dying to see that movie forever.
That's not true, Jens. You can be knighted in other ways. It doesn't have to be a knighthood from Britain.
Right, especially if you're son of a colonel.
Just like things don't only count as being discovered once freaking Europe found it. I mean, that still irks me in the history books.
Now we're just not gonna.
No,
we're not gonna start that pond war. Okay, let's just all get along. Okay?
No, it's not a pond. Let me explain. It's not a pond war with me, especially since my second in charge is British and half of my friends and followers are.
Right.
It's
I'm trying
that's
to actually,
one thing.
I'm trying to.
I was just saying.
Nice.
No, I was just saying that that's one thing that's really weird in the history books is they count things as discovered only when Europe found it, and I'm not even blaming necessarily Europe because they do it in the history books in other countries too.
Okay, but they put their flag first, like King of the Hill, right? Then they discovered it first.
Yeah, but then they left. That's the problem with the Vikings. The Vikings came over here. They're like, wow, look at all these natives and all this great land. Oh, well, let's go back home to the north and the cold and the ice and the mountains.
You can't discover something where people already are. You can't discover something where people already are. People already know it.
Right.
I can argue with that, Jens. Yes, it is regal. Because we have kings and queens over here in the United States who give knighthoods and ladyships. You can get your boat over here.
Do you know that I heard you can also? Never mind. I'm not going to go there. Boop. One of my lessons I'm practicing
I take friendly pot shots at Europe and the UK because most of my friends are there.
really trying to honor my Welsh side. It's hard for me.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I actually do have royal blood, so when I make pot shots at them, I'm taking it at myself too.
Me too, but I mean, when I found out, no, seriously, that I'm freaking half Norse, and of all things, I can't just be half like Norse and then like half, I don't know, Scottish, maybe. It has to be specifically Wales. So sometimes I get a fur ball, and I'm really trying to swallow that and honor that because my son is also from that royalty over there, and that would make me like third cousin to somebody who I had a baby with. Maybe, possibly. That creeps me out.
But no, when you say Wales, all I can think of is the best friend locally of my second in charge of Richard, because his best friend that visits him all the time that sometimes has popped on my streams with us is actually Welsh.
Really?
And
What's his name?
He makes about
what's his name?
I can't remember.
Any Welshman, I swear. What's his name? Is he an artist? Because I might know him.
No. He's a Welsh nobody who lives now in the southern part of England.
Okay.
Cornwall?
Don't get me
not
started,
far from there.
I'm so being nice.
I'll just leave it.
Nice.
Wait a minute. V is jumping on the I'm not being nice train.
To be nice with a straight
Wait.
face.
Actually, I will say it's not far from where she guessed, actually.
Okay, does his initials SW?
No.
Then I'm totally cool with that. That's all I gotta say.
But he came on to, we decided one time when he was over with Richard that we're going to do a stream together. We're just going to have him there. And it ended up being Richard and Hunky Chunky, who are both British, and him there in person with Richard. And then Revan came in from Ireland, and freaking Nova came in from Scotland and stuff, and it ended up being the weirdest UK stream I'd ever had.
Very cool.
And it was literally titled "The Welshman Will Ruin This Stream."
Oh fuck! And I missed it. I'm glad I missed it because I would have had a heyday in my head with that one. And no, I'm serious. I'm serious.
Ornery, the world does not revolve around you.
Yes, it does. Hello. My name is Venus. I'm the first star out. I'm the last star in. Everything revolves around me. Don't make me zap you from Olympus. Thank you. Okay. Again.
So
No, seriously.
the,
I really.
it's so
It's
weird.
hard.
I was checking all my analytics on my channel a while back and found out that almost 60% of my viewers are British.
Well, cool.
But I spend half of my time on my streams making Brit jokes. So
how do you? You know what it says?
How is that
the only thing that I know
different
about
from
the YouTube studio
okay.
and stuff like that is how many times somebody looked at the thing, okay, and maybe like a comment or something, and like my top video is still hoodie weather, which I think is pretty funny, but apparently I have no gender people watching me, so I have people that aren't people watching me because there's like no gender thing or no like age thing or anything. It's all flatlined. It just so I have like nobody really watching.
It's a communist bot conspiracy, V.
Whatever, I don't care. I'm just
Yeah, it's a
looking to
sexist.
do what I
It's a
do.
sexist communist bots.
I'm foiled again. Foiled again, Watson.
Oh my god, that's funny.
What do you plan on doing tonight, Green? Same thing you do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. I'm so glad I'm Pinky.
What are we doing tonight, Pinky? Or what are we doing tonight, Brain? Why, Pinky?
You're the brain.
We're doing
I'm
the
Pinky.
same thing we do
I'm
every
crazy.
night.
I'm crazy.
We take over the world.
I'm batshit crazy. I am known as the batshit crazy lady of Frankfort, Kentucky. Ask anybody here in Frankfort, Kentucky. They will tell you. Oh, yeah, she lives in number 16, and she's batshit crazy. But
so
she's
if I
really
went down to your local gas station and I said, "Who's the batshit crazy lady of Frankfurt?"
They will tell you.
Say,
they will totally describe you. They might not know my name. They might not know where I live, but they will totally describe you. Go to the bank in Walmart. Go to my bank and ask Jess, "Hey, do you know some lady here?" She's like that. Oh yeah, that's Nancy Reed. She's batshit crazy. Wink, wink. Yeah, I love it. I love my title. I earned my title as Queen of the Batshit Crazy. Okay.
Whereas I'm just the crazy, mouthy, crass cat girl who loves bondage.
Okay, and people stay away from you too?
A lot of them, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have royal titles. And none of them
there's a
include
little.
crazy, so.
There's a little story I have that explains how bad some people react to me. Now, if you guys watch the old Muppets,
girls, real fast. I'm at 2%. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm at 2%. The stream can go on for whenever you guys, if I don't come back or if I fall asleep or whatever, I have enough wrenches to do what they need to do. If you want to leave, whatever. I don't know if I'm coming back or not. Okay, so have at it. Yeah.
But what I was going to say is, so it's kind of interesting. So if you watch the old Muppet Show, there was this performance where the girl played a little girl serial killer, and she's singing this song about bringing people into her house and killing them so they can't leave. This is in the old Muppet Show, actually, and they even had little Muppets as her victims in the walls of the floor, singing with her. Yes, and this is one that I got latched into for a while and would sing it a lot. Okay, so the opening verse of it talks about the guy comes selling brooms, so she brings him in and hits him in the head with a hammer. Okay, now the context to where this song plays into my freaking people out. I have a tendency to collect and smash up rocks for my artwork. So I was sitting in my little black outfit with the little shirt and stuff, and my hair up in these little braided pigtails on the sides, and sitting cross-legged in the driveway. You're already getting the picture here, right? With this little platform in front of me. Yeah, this little platform in front of me where I'm smashing the rocks with this little sledgehammer. And I'm singing that verse with the little pigtails as I'm smashing the rocks with a hammer, and people are going by going,
Yeah.
Look at me like, what the hell did I just see in here? And it's like, it took a moment to realize why they were reacting that way. It's like, oh,
oops!
I
I
didn't
did
even
that in
think
public.
I didn't even realize I started singing. Well, I was sitting in my driveway, so yeah, I'm on a pretty busy
So
road.
can you sing
So
the song for us?
I gotta remember the very first line here. A man came to our house, our house, our house. A man came to our house to sell us some beer. We asked him to come in, and I hit him with the hammer, and I put him in the closet in my father's room.
Brilliant.
The last
That right
verse,
there was brilliant.
the
Thank
I
you.
the
think I
last verse is
remember that.
literally, so when you come to our house, our house, our house, when you come to our house, we will have some fun. Come in, and we'll put you in the oven until you are done. It
Yeah, I
is.
think I
Oh,
remember that one.
Oh, this is that's so funny because I have a you just don't know. I just can't even explain to you what I'm
Were
doing
there?
right now.
Was that
I
the
would have to
same
put the
episode? Was that
camera
the
on
Alice
and I'm
Cooper
just in my
episode?
bra.
You know
I
what?
have a laboratory in my closet. Seriously, that
I
I
think
put
that was. Sorry.
go
Go ahead.
ahead.
No, sorry.
I have a series. It's called The Closet 1, 2, and 3, and it's all about putting somebody in the closet. They need a little work done, and yeah, hey, there's always room for one more in the closet. And I've got this like little laboratory like set up in one of my sets, and so that to me was just kind of funny because I put you in my closet. I'm just like going, if they only knew what I had in my closet for real. We'll have to show you the set.
I
Mhm.
am not eating on camera. Narrow-minded, aren't I?
I just am not going to be in camera because that means I would have to put clothes on, and I'm not like opting for that right now at this
Well,
hour
I've
of the
been
night.
doing a lot of video chats with Richard, and I don't really feel like being naked on camera with somebody who, said he has a crush on me before. Especially since half
I'll
the
be
time when I'm
naked on
chatting with
camera.
him, I'm.
What?
Look, I'm naked on camera right now. All I'm
Okay,
saying,
yeah, but
this is me.
you're doing that very tastefully, dear.
I am. Are you sure?
Yeah,
I
I don't
promise.
know.
I
I can't
really
see
am
nothing.
naked.
I can't see
I
nothing.
I really am naked.
Okay, I believe you.
I am.
Okay, I don't care.
I'm real.
Sorry,
I'm
not
really naked. I
not like
promise.
I'm like I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be shocked that you did that? Why would I be shocked? I have no shock
I,
factor left after tonight. I don't know if I have any shock factor left. Like, okay,
I'm
top
saving
this
everything for
one.
Loki.
Top this
Nobody can
one
have
now.
anything.
No, top a friggin' surprise 40-year late birthday stream. Top it. Just somebody top it for me. Top that. Just top it. Please, I'm waiting. I'll be right here waiting for somebody to come along and top that so I can say, shit, didn't see that one coming. Like, what is going to fall? Is somebody going to fall out of the sky? Or, fuck, man. For
I
real.
don't know, but I can definitely identify with waiting around for somebody to top me. I mean to top that.
I know. I'm done playing the game. I put the controller down, man. I can go outside
I
of
think
my
that was a
apartment,
Freudian slip. I think that was a
It
Freudian
wasn't
slip.
it wasn't a Freudian slip, it was mine. It was my slip. I wear it under my dress when I'm dressed.
I was going to say, you're not
Don't give
dressed.
that
What
to
are you talking
Floyd.
about?
Don't give my slips to Floyd. He doesn't deserve
Right?
them.
Let Freud get his own goddamn slips, okay?
No
And
kidding.
if he
You've heard the
orders in the
joke,
next
right?
5 minutes,
I heard the joke, yes.
yeah.
We all heard the joke.
Okay, sorry. I'm
Well, I
No, no,
think we all
no.
heard the joke.
Hey, I have a
What a
33
Freudian
second
slip
lag
is?
over here on this side.
I know what a Freudian slip is. I'm fairly certain V knows what a Freudian slip
No,
is.
no, 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 no. There's a little joke made of it that a Freudian slip is when you say one thing but mean your mother.
Yes, That's we've
Yes, dear. We're a
that.
little bit older than you.
I know.
But
I,
thank you for reminding us. Look. Thank you for reminding me of that joke because I did forget that part.
I
I was
wasn't
just
just saying it to you guys. I was saying it to chat too.
well, yeah.
Oh.
I can't see chat right now, so I can't even interact. All I know is I can highlight still because the oil's out of my hands. Now, finally, it's still in my hair though, because somebody had to mention gnats fly in your hair. Thanks, Star.
But no, I just laugh.
I'm just kidding.
It's
I'm
good
really
to
seriously
oil your
just
hair
kidding.
anyway. What are you
I
talking
needed to
about?
put oil in my hair because I fried my hair to get the damn red hair dye. Next time, read it. Make sure it says temporary and not permanent.
Oh,
And
l-
OMG.
look
Yeah.
what Jens wrote. Jens isn't on Twitter, so he doesn't get to see all my dolled up photos that I upload on Twitter.
What's all the photos?
I look badass when I get dressed up.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah.
I know you have.
We could have a badass competition on who could freaking outdress the other.
I would win. You would all
Oh,
lose. I do
please.
Lolita.
You have
I do
never seen me
Lolita.
dressed up. You wouldn't even know it was me. You wouldn't see me coming. You would not recognize me. Just saying.
Right.
Right. Is that a challenge? Ooh, we're doing a dress up challenge?
I don't
Star against star? Hmm.
know because I would win. It would be
You're
like
so
shooting
sure
fish in a
you got
bucket.
money to back up that mouth, girl? I do.
I don't again with the I am fully confident that I don't need to
So then you
compete.
have nothing to lose. So let's do it. Prove
I
me
have
wrong.
time to I'm busy. I have time to lose.
She doesn't sound
Aside
like
from that,
you
I have
just don't want to play dress up with me, Mom.
constantly and consistently dressed up in different things. I have photos to back it up. It's something I do and I would win.
Okay,
There would be no competition. It wouldn't be fair to other people.
but that's only in your mind. We let the other people decide.
No, that is reality.
I don't know what reality you're in, Dollface, but just saying. Just saying. For my age, I'd win hands down.
I'm staying out of
Now,
this one.
now, being dressed up, okay, does not necessarily, I'm talking about dressed up, okay? Full guard, whatever costume, whatever friggin' creation that you can come up with. I'm not just talking about going dolled up, going out to the, no, I'm talking about let's play dress up.
Cosplay was the business that I owned. I did costumes professionally. I would win.
What that is.
Everybody would lose. There's no competition here. If you guys want to do that, that's great. I'll be the judge.
Because she's scared. Only scared people would. What?
Seriously, it's because I would win.
Well, seriously,
I'm
because you
professional.
can't be fucking bothered putting all the fucking stuff on. That's why. Be real.
Well, there is a lot of stuff. I will admit that. There is. No, seriously, there is. Like, you know, fucking eyelashes, makeup, wigs, hairspray. I mean, fucking glue, the butt pads, the boob pads. There is a lot.
You need all that to look good, girl. You are.
I go total drag. I go total drag. I do the complete head to toe. I have to because I'm modeling. I had a few disappointed gay dudes. Oh, what? You're a girl? Yes, I was actually born with a vagina. Oh my God, I am sorry. I thought you were a drag queen. I am but I'm straight. Deal with it. Okay, well, not exactly drag queen, but dressing up like one. They don't expect that, which is, I don't think that's very fair. Hello?
Sorry, dealing with something a second. I think she just crashed.
I think she crashed too. But she
I'm
did
just
say her
staying out of
family is
that
not
because
going to like.
I'm not a person to dress up often. So
What, you're dressed up
just like
now?
say,
You're wearing your furry outfit. You got your cat ears on, and you're wearing your
I'm
paws.
not furry, and I'm not wearing paws.
You have cat ears, and you were wearing gloves. You can see how somebody would jump to a conclusion that you're a furry.
Wrist brace.
Cat ears.
Cat
Looks
ears
like
aren't furry.
Cat ears are furry.
No, there's a difference between furry cats and neckos. Actually, the
No,
reason I do cat stuff. No, yes, there is actually, and the reason I do cat stuff is not furry. It's not. I am a person who shaves everything but the top of my head. So the
That's
reason
not
I
what
do
that
cat
means.
stuff. No. Actually, there is something to it. The reason I do cat stuff has to do with my spirit animal and my tribal stuff. It has nothing to do with the furry stuff or all that. Because in a lot of the tribes, you wear something to symbolize your spirit animal.
Okay.
So while I would be defined as cat girl, it's not the furry type. It's not that. But yeah, there is, especially if you deal with furries, there's a big difference between those who adopt a little bit of the characteristics of an animal in their dress and attire versus the actual furries. Big difference. And this is something I've had to deal with a lot because, my second in charge actually is a furry.
Okay.
So, just saying there is some difference there. But yeah, though these are wrist braces, I have to wear them at night every time. That's because of the nerve damage.
I got some nerve damage in my shoulder too, so I know what you mean about that. It's pretty painful. It didn't start getting better until I got a TENS unit.
Before I started wearing these every night, and I took this one off because I'm moving around with it more right now, but before I started wearing these every night, I was getting so much pain I couldn't do anything with it. And, I'm artist, photographer, I have to be able to use my hands, and I have the nerve damage in my arms and shoulders and spine from the seizures, so wearing these at night calms down the seizure damage and the fiber enough that I'm not hurting all day to do my work. So it helps at least.
Well, anything to help. I mean, because nerve damage can be pretty painful. I mean, just the tingling. I mean, God, I had the tingling in my shoulders and in my elbow and in my wrists. And the tingling was very painful.
I cracked up one of my friends actually, because I'll sit in these backstages and talk with my friends that are all over the globe while I'm not streaming, so we could just talk and hang out while we're working, right?
And
I was talking with one of them while I was out doing my photography stuff, and I was pulled over photographing the eagle nest when I started having my spasms. And he had to comment that he couldn't believe that, because I was spasming, my head's twitching and stuff, but I'm bracing this arm against the frame of the moonroof of the car and keeping the camera steady so I can get my fucking pictures. He said it was the weirdest thing he'd ever seen. Most of the body spasming, but that arm, you could see it straining, but it was not moving with the rest.
That's true, Jens. That is very true. But the point of me dressing up like that was not to get a date. It's because I like to do that. I'm performing. Because I used to go dressed up and do karaoke like that. And then also I was advertising my business. because I did custom costuming, everything from shoes to headdresses to jewelry to dresses. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
any
know.
time period, anime. I mean, I did the whole thing. But I wasn't dressing up like that to go get dates. I was dressing up because I'm showing off my product. Okay. And it just so happened that I ran into a couple of gay dudes who assumed I was a dude underneath everything. And I wasn't. And they're like, "Oh wow, so sorry." And I'm like, "Hey, that's not a problem. I mean, no big deal. I'm not looking for a date." So it didn't bother me. Now what bothered me was the assumption, because as I continued to wear the getup, sometimes I got treated really badly, because dressing up like that, some of them think that nobody else can dress like this. We're drag queens, and you have to be a gay dude and be into drag in order to dress like this. And I'm like, wait a minute, you dress like a showgirl.
But
Why
but
is this the
but the whole
realm
thing of
of a
drag
gay
was
man?
literally based on, yeah, the whole thing about drag was it was based on famous showgirls, Hollywood actresses, and costumes that
No, it's actually
different
based on
women have
empowerment.
wore.
It's
Yeah. No,
no, it's
I'm
actually
saying
based
this.
on
No, no, no,
feminine
no, no, no.
empowerment.
Yeah, I'm saying that, but that's where the costume styles were based on. Were all these classic feminine costumes. So how could it be for only one group? That's
That
what I
Well,
was
I
getting
have
at.
no idea, because when drag very first started in New York, okay, it was a fashion
Hmm.
movement. It wasn't just gay dudes doing it. There were women doing it too. Because like I said, it was about feminine empowerment. But then there was this turnabout where it was suddenly just for gay dudes, and I don't understand that. Just because I wear a wig and big giant eyelashes, and I occasionally will wear platform shoes, I don't think that that's very fair, because I like wearing that kind of thing. I do feel powerful in that. And aside from that, I do like wearing the headgear. I like wearing the headdresses and the being covered in beautiful things. I mean,
Do
who
you remember the
doesn't?
show Wings?
Oh wait, yeah, Daryl. I remember Daryl, and Daryl.
No, no, no. Wings. Wings was the one with
Yeah,
the airplane, the
yeah, about the
airport out
airport.
in Nantucket. Um, the others were part of the Newhart one, but
But they made
in
a
Wings there was
crossover, which is the reason why I
yeah,
remember Wings, is
yeah.
because they showed up.
They had an episode where Helen was trying to raise money to get back because she got marooned in New York. So she faked being a guy in drag so she could win a drag show to get some money to get home.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Because the guy that was with her, one of the brothers, was deemed not attractive enough in drag to pass as a, that he looked too feminine, that he couldn't pass as a man passing for a woman, but she could do it. It was a
But
fucked
she
up
could pass
episode.
as a man
Guy
passing as a woman
passing
and
as a
being a
woman.
woman.
Yes.
Right. Well, honestly, if they're going to, if there's a rule about that, then the guys who have transed are also not able to be a part of that group either, because they're now girls. I
Well,
mean,
to
like
be fair,
in the body.
there is a difference in what the terms are used for now between trap, drag, and trans. There is a difference in those. They're all different things. But it's very odd how rigid each of those groups get against even the other groups that are supposed to be part of their whole inclusion.
Yeah. I
It's
just don't want
really
to deal with
weird.
it. I do what I like, and I really don't care what they think.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's
Well,
the whole point
that's
of it.
just it.
So
The
that's
rational
the whole
people
point of
in
it.
any of these groups, the rational people in any of these groups are not going to do that stuff because they understand
No, they're going to
this
be
is
like,
supposed to be
"Oh,
about being who
girl,
you are."
look at your wig. I love your wig." I was like, "I made my wig." "Oh, did you, honey? That's awesome. I bought mine."
And I mean,
You know?
I don't do costuming and stuff professionally because
Later, bub.
sewing I was never comfortable sewing long term. I can do it really well, but I don't like to do it often. But I've done full Renaissance gowns and stuff for costumes for myself. I did my wedding dress and all that stuff, so I can sew. I just don't usually like to.
Oh, I love
If
it.
that makes sense.
I love it because when I time travel, I need clothes to wear.
Mm-hmm. It's
so
not
I
my
have to be.
preferred
I'm
craft.
historically accurate. Whoa, what?
That's what I'm saying. Is with sewing is not my preferred craft. I prefer to do my drawings and the jewelry and stuff like that. So I'll do it when I need to for a costume or a project, but otherwise I just don't bother. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, I do a lot of time traveling, so I need clothes. So I do them historically accurate. I have my Helena has a really pretty Florentine. It's pink. And it is from the 15th century. It's like 14 cuz she's from Anjou, which is before it became part of France, and it's just north of the area of southern France. It's just north of Marseille. Anjou is a region just north of Marseille. Oh, I mean, historically speaking. But I think that one is my favorite because the Florentine 15th century, a lot of the Italian 15th century is really easy to make. The hardest part is the accents, all the additional stuff like the beading and shit, which is the reason why I like the Florentine because the Florentine
I have a question
stuff is
on
not
that
got
for you.
any of that stuff on it. What?
I have a question on that for you. Are you into the more truer historical style, or are you into the steampunk adaptations of those eras?
No, I'm historical. I'm historically accurate. Now
that's why
I don't mind wearing
because there's a cross point between them. Some of the steampunkers are hardcore. You have to get it as close to that era as possible and then add the elements. Some of them aren't as much, but since when people talk about the time travel costumes and stuff like that, it varies which one they're talking about. I thought I'd verify which things I can kind of visualize appear, you know?
Well, okay. Well, the Florentine stuff was very popular during the late 1400s because that's when the de Medici family was famous. That's when they started to really popularize the old classic, the Greek classics, and they started to recreate a lot of the art styles. And so the de Medicis had a huge impact on fashion and art for that particular time period. And because they were from Florence, it was and very, very Catholic too. So because Helena Panier, she's French and she's very Catholic. But she had distant relatives in the de Medici clan, so she was heavily influenced by that. So a lot of Helena's stuff is actually French. When I time travel in England, when I go to England, I really don't like being a girl. So I will be a guy, and I'll kind of be peasantly because I don't want to deal with just the whole gentleman thing. Plus, gentlemen cannot are not allowed to sit in pubs and sing drinking songs. It just wasn't done. And I like singing drinking songs. So I would go to England and I would be dressed as a man. And in Paris, if you go to Paris and you go to northern France, because there's so much English and English influence there, it's better just to be a dude up there too. It's just safer. So if I'm in northern France, I'll be Jean-Claude. And then if I go to, there's a lot of freedom in being a Middle Eastern female in the tribes. So because that was before the Moors moved in like the late 1500s, the late 1600s, and then in between the crusading times, which was generally the 1300s. So if you go pre and you keep it tribal, there's actually a lot more freedom for Middle Eastern females than there is modernly.
Oh no, there was a lot more freedom for Middle Eastern females in the 60s than there is now. The photos you have of Middle Eastern countries from like the Roaring 20 era up through the 60s versus now, they're getting so much worse. They're regressing.
That's possible. I haven't paid much attention lately.
I have. I'm very into paying attention to the world events.
Well, just because in the tribal Middle Eastern, in the Middle Eastern tribes, especially the nomadic ones, you had your belly dancers. You could show off your midriff, and it wouldn't be a problem. And because the belly dancing, and you could have your own wealth. I mean, you wore your wealth on you. Okay, and you could have as much wealth as you wanted because you earned that being a dancer. So yeah, but so I have a wide variety of full-blown costumes. I wish I wore them more often. I haven't been active in a few years, and I think I want to go back. I think I want to go back to Valhalla. I mean, they postponed it this year from June to I think August or September, and there's only 150 slots, and I'm thinking, really? So those tickets are now getting scalped out, and I'm like, okay, I am not paying $300 for a ticket for 10 days in Valhalla. I'm not doing it. That's too much fucking money. So I'm going to have to wait until next year and hope that they don't do that they keep it in June where it's supposed to be, and that they open it up for the regular. Because I don't know anybody who's going this year. You can't have a Valhalla with 150 people. It's just not the same. I mean, when you're used to having, 70 soldiers on one side and 70 soldiers on the other side, beating their brains out all day long, it's not the same when you only have 10 or 11.
No.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine the Battle of Five Armies with just 5 dudes on each side? That would fucking blow.
I guess it'd be easy to see who the winner was. I mean,
well, there are no winners.
That's so weird.
Everybody's a winner in Valhalla. You fight all day and you drink all night. That's how it works. You go to the battlefield during the day. If you die on the battlefield, you're just resurrected. You go back out there and you keep doing that all day long until you're too tired to move, which is roughly about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because they muster about 9, and then they have the armor checks between 10 and 11. Okay, but generally speaking, The fighting starts roughly at about 11 o'clock. Okay, so the field marshals are out there and everybody's going, and it's about 11 o'clock. And then there's the clashing all morning because it starts to get unbelievably hot, like Sahara Desert hot, around 3 o'clock. So that's when the army starts to dwindle down. And by 4 o'clock, everybody's off the field because nobody can handle the heat. I mean, when you're standing there in, metal helmets, your helmet has to be, 18 gauge metal helmet. It has to be. That is the minimum requirement. If you can handle a 20 not a 20, if you can handle a 16 or a 12 gauge helmet, well then, wow on you and okay. But honestly, it gets hot in there.
Oh no, it does.
Your visor is down. I mean, most guys, if they're in Palantir, if they do anything at Valhalla, if they do anything at Penzik, if they do anything in Batavia, they have a grill, not necessarily a full-blown visor, okay? Because of the airflow. Mm-hmm. All right. But a lot of their stuff, minimum, they have to have a metal helmet, metal gauntlet, metal shin guards.
Yeah, I've done the LARPing and all that stuff before. I just don't do the big groups because I don't like to go to conventions and stuff because I freak out in large groups. But I've done the LARPing wars and stuff like that. That stuff's fun.
Yeah, okay.
That is genuinely fun to actually get out there and fight and sword fight and all that.
Yeah, and the gorget has to be metal, but the rest of it can be leather. And there has to be a certain amount of padding. So you have a huge amount. You have like 25, 30 pounds on you just with the metal, the padding, and the armor and whatnot. Okay, so it's really difficult to be out there past 4 o'clock. So everybody.
Oh no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So
I'll just say it this way: when you're talking armor and weaponry and weighting and heat and stuff, this is stuff I'm really well versed with and well studied with. I've been studying sword fighting and medieval weaponry and stuff since I was 5.
Okay, well, all right then.
So that's one thing I think I can share with you is I know all about that stuff. I know exactly what you're talking about. It is hot. It is humid to do that stuff, but it is fun too. It is a release like nothing else.
Yeah. But there's other things to do. I mean, there's other things to do there. It's not a Ren Fair. It's not a LARP.
It just takes elements of that and makes it something more.
No, it's a historical recreation. It's like the Civil War guys. So the Civil War guys, they do the Civil War. I do everything. I do the other stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Well, what they call, I think it depends on the region you're in with what they define as LARPing, because some of the areas, they call the reenactment groups a form of LARPing in some places. I think it depends on the way the local communities adapted the word, honestly.
Well, it is a version of live role playing that is true.
It's more historical though.
But it's historically based. Exactly.
Yeah.
And we try to recreate as much as we possibly. I mean, there's obviously
accurate as well as you can.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be stuff that we can't safely recreate. I'm not going to do my laundry with stale urine. I'm just not going to do it. That's disgusting. I know it's because of the ammonia and also because they didn't have laundry detergent, but I'm still not going to do that, And there's some food you just don't want to recreate either.
I have done recreation groups where we actually recreate like Old West wars and stuff like that, and they're not Civil War. This is dealing with the West before it was a country. This is dealing with the Indian Wars. This is that stuff. That's what I've been involved with recreation stuff. But my medieval stuff has always gone more fantasy when I get to it.
Yeah, I don't do the fantasy thing. I can't. It's just not. I can't do it.
But I'm very into mythology and social, economic, religious, cultural development. So I'm more into what is considered folklore and fantasy by that definition. You know?
Okay.
So that stuff fascinates me because to me it's how the human species and mind developed.
Yeah.
And I think my big thing is trying to find the truth behind the myth because every myth is based in something true and it's just how humanity wanted to explain it. There are diseases that explain what became what's thought of as vampirism. There is, there's always something behind it. And
Yeah.
so I love studying that stuff just so I could try to figure out where it came from, what they were thinking of when they did it, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The fascinating ones to me are the psychotic women.
Which ones?
Things like, well, that's what I'm getting at. The things like sirens and succubus and stuff like that, because there's so many that mirror each other from so many regions. It makes you curious what exactly they were basing them on. You know? But they're fascinating to study because they're so complex in personality if you actually study them too.
I think at some point it begins to become over analyzed.
It can. It depends on how people look at things. Are you looking at it going, well, there's an interesting history to this. There was some truth behind what started the rumors and myths. And then things grew from past there. But you can also appreciate the myth, the creation, and that. Or is it you're so into I have to figure out what it is that you treat every single one like you're trying to solve a mystery. Then you kind of lose the spirit, you know?
Yep.
I just find it fascinating because I find psychological development fascinating. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense, Rosetta. We've had this conversation before. You probably don't remember.
I probably don't because my memory's kind of shot with my issues. So if I've said it before, I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize. I already knew, and
Yeah.
you had forgotten, and it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. But yeah, we are odd creatures as a species. We really are. There's so many things we do that defy logic
What
and
exactly
reason.
are you comparing us to? To say that we're odd, you have to have a comparison. Do you have another species that are similar to us that you may compare us to?
It's not so much. Let's see if I can figure out how to say this. I'm not saying as in comparisons, I'm saying more as comparing to what logic is. Some of the developments we've been through don't make sense logically and logistically. So in that way, I'm saying those things are kind of odd, not just to compare against what normal evolutionary development would be, for lack of a better term, versus
Well,
how psychology developed.
do you know another human species that you can compare our
No,
development to?
I'm saying this is, you compare it to how everything else develops. Some of the things we've done would seem like we were setting ourselves back at points, and so that's just what I meant by odd. And I'm not explaining it well because I'm like half asleep and still medicated.
Well,
I'm trying to think of the words to explain what I'm
you're
saying.
fine because everything is revealed in due time. What we think is odd or strange now may not be odd or strange in a few years or in 100 years. we didn't understand why the Victorians did certain things until we started, really delving deep. And then we're like, oh, wait a minute, they did this because this makes sense during the time period because of this,
Mhm.
and it begins to make sense. But that's because you're looking back in hindsight and you're able to know all the puzzle pieces because all the pieces have revealed themselves. Oh, I
But what
didn't know
I
this was going on here and
Mhm.
there, and if you add these two pieces in, that paints a better picture and a better understanding of what they were doing and why they were doing it, because it's generally a reaction to something that's going on in the time period. Whether it's cultural or economic or military or political doesn't really make any difference. It's still going to be a group reaction to something. I mean,
Mhm.
even on an individual level, that's still true. There's going to be individual reaction that seems strange or odd until one asks, and then all can be revealed.
Well, and that's kind of what I'm getting to is I look at all things as general species. So we're a type of mammal. Look at us compared to how other mammals developed. Humanity is strangely unique. Let's put it in those words. Okay, it doesn't follow the same standards of development that other species and other animals have.
Yes, it does.
Hmm.
Physically, we're apes, but socially, we're baboons. You can Google that.
Eh. Sometimes there's I need to be more awake for this discussion. My brain's like trying to figure out how to say what I'm meaning to say. You,
Well, then I'm going to go and probably finally fall asleep. Hopefully, I won't have any nightmares. Do you have problems with
sleep.
nightmares, Rosetta?
Yeah, especially since
Mm.
the tremors are getting worse and they think I'm getting Parkinson's. One of the signs of developing it is your nightmares become more common and play on your memories. So it's been kind of
Hmm.
weird lately.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to pop off. Maybe
I
I'll do
probably
some
should try to get some more rest
training or
myself because I've
something.
gotten almost none.
I'll catch
So,
y'all later, people. +5, y'all.
mm-hmm,
Later, Rosetta. Bye-bye.
mm-hmm. And I think I'm gonna follow suit.